Therapy Army, good evening and welcome to United Real Therapy. Big up to everybody, love and light. I hope you're good wherever you are in the world. I'm full of a cold, my ribs are hurting. It's been one of those weeks, people. It's been one of those weeks, but I'm sending love and light to everybody out there in this world, and especially to the people of Gaza, who are just being genocided as we speak right now. Mass slaughter is taking place of a place that's 2.2 million people, where 50% of them are are children. But you know what? There's nothing that we can do about a genocide except for use whatever platform we use to let people know about it. Big up to everybody, Therapy Army. If you are not that type of person in terms of talking about what's going on in Palestine and the genocide that's taking place there, then you come to the wrong channel, innit? You know what I mean? You come to the wrong channel. So somebody in Gaza said, if you can't do anything about what's happening to us, tell the world. But that's what we're doing right now, people. We're telling the world. So we start off by saying, shame on the belly dancing coward Arab leaders. Shame on them all, except for the resistance, the true resistance that's resisting colonization, imperialism, domination. Yeah, it is what it is. So fuck all the people that are supporting fascism. That's the first thing we say, innit? Fuck all the people that are supporting fascism and supporting the slaughter of young people. That's what we say. But other than that, welcome to the show. We've got a big show up for you tonight. Well, we're gonna try. We've got Bumbaye here now. Big up Bumbaye. Hope you well.
Yep, big up, man. Big up the Therapy Army. And yeah, fuck them. I can't say people, bro. You have to qualify as a human being. They don't qualify.
No, we can't do that. This is where I disagree with you. We can't dehumanize the way they dehumanizing people. I refuse to dehumanize people. That's the only point of disagreement. But I understand. Fuck them. Fuck
Okay.
them. Fuck them. Big up to everybody. We've got a show for you tonight. It's Derby on Sunday. So let's get into it, people. It's Derby on Sunday. We've got to preview the Manchester Derby. I think we've got cats in hells. I can't even say the expression. We got cat hell in chance. How does the expression go?
Cat in hell's chance.
The cat in hell's chance. There we go.
That's right.
When we talk about that, the club is pretending to care about mental health, but not Sancho. Instead, they're humiliating Sancho. For me, they should have suspended him and then get rid of him in January. But the way that's been played out through the media and what they're doing to him is despicable for a club that's supposed to care about mental health and all that. We're also going to talk about Ten Hag's presser. And then the last one of the show, last topic of the show, is going to be Flip Flop FC. Nothing has changed for us in the Therapy Army. Jim and the Glazers out, Glazers full sail only. That's what we're on, people. That is what we're on. And obviously, people like me have been speaking out about what's going on in this world. So people like me, this channel has been demonetized, but we don't give two fucks. I look down the barrel here. We don't give a fuck if you want to demonetize, whatever you want to do. You want to shadow ban us. We don't give a fuck. Let
Big
me
up,
get that
Dino.
out here now. Let me get that out here now. I don't care if I'm shadow banned on Twitter. I don't care if I'm shadow banned on Facebook. It's been done about 10 years anyway. So we're not scared. We'll never kneel down to imperialism. We will never surrender to colonization and neo-fascism. We will never. We will always resist. So know this, people. I'm looking right at the camera. Know this. If you come to our channel and if you want to come about both sides in what's going on in this world, then you come to the wrong place. You've come to the wrong place. Hit that unsubscribe button and be on your merry ways. But if you're a human and you refuse to dehumanize other human beings and you're for justice and you're for peace, so justice first, peace second, then you're at the right place. You are at the right place. So let the people know there is a community for you if you're for justice and in peace. There is where is that United Real Therapy. But big up Eski, love and light king. I hope you're well. I'll just start again and let the people know what we got coming up tonight. We've got coming up tonight. What have we got coming up tonight? We've got obviously looking forward to the Manchester derby, and then we're going to talk about so many different issues throughout the week, but we're going to choose to talk about the club that pretends to care about mental health, but then publicly humiliating Sancho. We're going to touch on the Ten Hag press conference.
Bro, care about mental health. Do they know what we're having to watch?
Well, this is what I'm saying. But the club pretends to care. This is what they put out. Then Ten Hag press, and then we're on the flip flop. Jim the Rat, and a 25% crew. We're always Jim the Rat and the Glazers out. Glazers full sale only. So that's welcome to that. Big up everybody. We haven't got cat in hell chance. That's the word. I can't get it out.
This is a comment.
Yeah. Big up. Big up to this guy PH. It's all fun and games, but say something better. Go and justify genocide. I want to hear from you specifically, because we're not gonna ban you here. We don't believe in that. So other than if you've been rude or offensive or degrading to people, but just what you do is tell me why you're justifying genocide. Big up. We'll buy it onto you already.
Man, what is it with this mic, man? I swear I'm not doing nothing. I'm just sat here. All right.
Yeah. There we go. Big up Mateus. Love for the people Ireland. Up the Irish.
Oh, mate.
Up the Irish.
Up the Irish. Up the Irish. All day. Love them.
Yeah. Up the Celtic as well. Always. For telling it as it is. And you know what? We stand in total solidarity. Well, Al-Ghazi, the German government has terminated his contract. History will always look kindly on him. History.
Always.
I hope he finds a club. I really hope one of these clubs in Turkey go and get him straight away. And I hope he finds a club ASAP. But big up to El Ghazi for having the cojones, for having the mental strength to call out while the rest of those cowards stay silent. Yeah, big up El Ghazi. Big up everybody. Listen, I'll say it from here. I said it on Tuesday. With this team, I can't see us getting anything on Sunday. I'm not being defeatist. I'm not one of these people. I am what I am. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So I just see my eyes don't lie to me. I don't watch City because they're not my team. So I don't know how they've been playing. But all I know is that they've been winning. They've become a winning machine. So we will see what happens. But I don't have any kind of a chance. And the most Manchester United can do is fluke their way to a draw. But even that deep down, I don't believe that. So the first question is, Pumbaye, do we have a cat's hell chance?
According to me, absolutely not. No, I don't see it. I'm not going to go into that. I feel it, or it's going to a miracle. Or no, all that stuff is for the Pumbaye that's usually, you know what, flying high, optimistic. We're going to do it. I've got a feeling. No. That Pumbaye is going to have to take a back seat this weekend. I think we're going to get clipped. We're going to get clipped. The only thing I'd say is finished playing ball today. I had a match. Went to Sainsbury's. Two guys there. Sainsbury's is dead. Two young lads there. Both City fans. They were scared. They're thinking, no, it's a derby still. I said, you guys, maybe this shift needs to end. You've had a long day because you're both nuts. What the hell are you worried about? So I took nothing from that. Zero. I'm just seeing a disaster. That's all. I can't see anything else. I can't see anything else from this game. I see a City clipping. That's it.
Edsky, big up to you, King.
Yeah, safe. No, I fully agree, but I will play devil's advocate, right? Just for the sake of it, right? Obviously, yeah, no, it's very unlikely we're going to win, get anything out of the game, but you know, it's football. It all goes out the window. I know you don't want to hear it, but I remember a few years ago
I want to hear it.
All right. Before Arsenal are flying now, yeah. Right. Remember there was a time where Chelsea under Tuchel, right? They were all going into this one game. Arsenal hadn't won in like fucking 9 or something like that. They all said they're going to batter him. It was set in stone for Arsenal to lose that game. They won that game. It's just one of them where what's expected to happen doesn't really happen. And the only reason I can think of why these City lot are a bit worried, right? Of course, there's no logical reason to be worried, but the penny has to drop at some point, and it could change. It could happen in this game. I'm not encouraged. I'm not excited. I'm not looking forward to it at all. But it could happen. You just don't know. That's what they're worried about. Because all right, last season we didn't even deserve to win at home last season, and we were playing a lot better. And we fluked it there at home. So I can see what they're coming from. It can happen. I'm not confident, but it could.
Well,
wow, that's a big call. So go on, talk to me. Explain it. Break it down for me. How can you do it?
I think he's saying miracles can happen, man.
Miracles can happen. Like I'm saying, Arsenal went to lose to Chelsea years ago, right? When Chelsea were flying high, Arsenal were nowhere, right? Absolutely bottom. They are where we are now, floundering, right? Not got started play.
I think football has changed now. I think football is a bit more. I think football is a bit more. It's hard to fluke it now.
I don't know.
Because of the systems, it's hard to fluke it unless your goalkeeper's man of the match. But Stephanie agrees with you. We need another clean sheet. She says, "I believe."
Oh, that would be the day.
I believe in miracles.
Well, do you know what, Nuruddin? The proof is in the pudding. Look at us.
Who sang that?
You sexy thing. Who sang that? Is it the Bee Gees? No.
No, not the Bee. No, not the Bee Gees. Definitely not.
Let me just say this. Let me just get back to this person. 1 second. Gaza, you will never. I will never change. Trust me, mate. My values are my values. My humanity is my humanity. If that's all I leave with this world, I'll be happy.
I've known structure for 30. Well, we're giving it away a little bit here. So kids, I'll tell you with conviction, the guy sat there to my left, he won't break his principles even if he's gonna die. So there's no worry there. And that's why I'm proud to be part of this number. I swear to God, man. I wouldn't go on any channel, even if whatever they wanted or whatever they paid me. No, not that that's ever going to happen. I'm proud to be part of this number, man. I swear. Respect to this channel and respect to you, 100 million%. Everybody else is terrified of losing this, of losing that. And if this is how the world is going to go, and this is all it's going to take for people just to cower to one side, man, then this world is in for a bad future, man. What we're teaching our kids, future generations. This is important. It's important. So yeah,
man. Big up, man. Big up, people. Come and smash a like on the video. 100 of you in here already.
Yeah, I think Mick's been. I've seen him smoking that. No, he was smoking that thing. What's that? That vapor thing last week. But now I know it definitely was. There was something else in there. 2-1 last kick of the game.
Mix on the hot sauce.
Yes, big up, Mick.
Mick is on the hot sauce, man. The hot sauce. Big up, Mick. Mick's on the hot sauce, people. He's on the hot sauce tonight. But big up, check out Man UFC Realist TV. Big up,
Scott Mick sauce, man.
Dave Mains a big up. I'm confused what Ten Hag's doing with this team. Got the style of play, slow passing, build up, no movement, lethargic. Get Sheffield United and Copenhagen. Yeah, lethargic FC, man. We talked about it. People. We did talk about it. We talked about it. Manchester United. I warned you all, and some of you called me negative. Some of you now are revising that, calling me negative. I said that the tiredness and the burnout is going to affect the players next season, and that's why they can't pass the ball now. They can't do anything. And plus, he didn't do the time in the training ground to drill them. He didn't do that. And he came out on the press conference today and said, we haven't got the time. As of today, I have more faith in Ollie game plan against City than I do game plan for. Hopefully, that changes on Sunday. Big up Windy Grant.
Big up Wendy Grant.
It's one of the most principled people I know. One of the most principled people I know across social media. We don't always agree, but when it comes to matters of peace and justice, she's consistent, man. Big up,
Yeah, man.
sister. I hope you're
Big
well.
up.
Sending you lots of love.
Lots of love.
Yeah, man. I just wanted everybody to get in here. Let's see if we can get to 100. Jarvis is in
Oh,
here.
that's it. Hot chocolate, they're called. I believe in miracles.
Hot chocolate. Yeah,
Hot
there we
chocolate,
go. I
right.
believe in miracles. That's the soundtrack we're on tonight, Jarvis. I believe in miracles. Well, Stephanie. Stephanie got to it.
You sexy thing.
There you go.
That's the song.
That's
Sexy
the
thing.
one.
Yeah, yep.
Steffi's on it. So
Oh, I love
Steffi,
the 80s.
there you go. Steffi's in on it. So that's the first song that we've got with our what we're thinking about tomorrow. Big up to everybody who's in here. I just thought, you know what, during the chat as well, can we just pay a minute silence to the people in Gaza who are getting genocided as we speak on here right now? Can we just give them a minute silence, please?
All right, I'm going to time that a minute for you.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna
people in the
time
chat,
that.
don't type anything. Let me just get people in the chat. If you're listening in the chat, do not type anything for a minute. Wait for a minute. Don't type anything, please. Let us give a minute silence.
Right, ready? We're going to start in. Do the count 5, 4,
5,
4.
3,
Right, you do the countdown from 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go. Free Palestine, we're back.
Free Palestine. Big up
Free
people.
Palestine.
Big up Therapy Army. Big up Jarvis. One of the bravest to do it. Big
Yeah,
up Free
respect job,
Palestine.
man.
Free Palestine,
Seriously, respect, man.
Yeah, they don't.
man. Yeah, big up people. Big up. Let's all send me a message on Twitter. You can jump on. Send me a message on Twitter. I'll send you the video. Send you the link. Big up Jarvis. There you go. You sexy beast. There you go. Jarvis is the sexy
Thank you.
beast. Free Palestine. Jarvis, we've gone around. You're the last person.
Yep.
How do we win tomorrow? Because I give us a cat's held in chance for us to win tomorrow. So how do we do it?
Well, first of all, when it comes to City, they are not the same team as we met in the FA Cup final last season. They have now the midfield of Kovacic and Mateus Nunes. They're not the same as Gundogan and.
Where's Rodri? Is Rodri back tomorrow?
Rodri is playing. Yes, Rodri is playing.
Oh God,
he's the big player.
But they have lost a lot of the good players. So I think in my brain, not my heart, I think we stand a chance. But we got to be smart. I don't think we can go toe to toe. Then we will lose. I think we have to be patient in our game. We got to be disciplined. We got to hold our positions. I can visualize that we maybe will go with a low block square with the two center backs and Amrabat and Casemiro if Casemiro plays. And we need the discipline number 10 who can actually block John Stones and Rodri to get into the game. We don't want them to set up triangles in their central areas of the midfield. We want them to play around. That will probably be the best for us. And we got to be disciplined. And when we have the chance, when we win the ball, we got to be precise. It's not about just hoofing it up and pray to God and hope that Rashford will be at the end of it. We got to be precise. And sometimes you got to hold the ball. We saw when we played the Copenhagen, they were actually holding into the ball. Even we were having the pressure of the game. So it's a lot of key elements, but I think we can nick it, and but we got to be smart. I hope that we play almost like a 4-2-2-2 formation, but the two strikers are holding wide positions. because then City can't go up with their fullbacks, and we will block the central area. So that's the only way I think we can hurt them. And if we win the ball, we gotta be precise and hit Rashford and hit Højlund and go with people in the box. I hope that Hannibal Mainu starts. No, Mainu. Mabry starts because he has an engine and he has tenacity. I would rather him play than McTominay, because McTominay doesn't have spatial awareness. He drops off and loses his head, and you got to be concentrated for 90 minutes if you're gonna stop players like John Stones and Rodri. So for me, he's a player that I would like us to play. So, but 9 out of 10 times, I believe we maybe will lose with our form today and the City's team against City's team, but it could be one of those. And we play at home at Old Trafford, so let's just hope we can give them a good game.
Let's hope.
Yeah, big up Kadeem Thomas. He says midfielder. I would play actually Mejbri, Amrabat, Ericsson tomorrow, and then I would play Martial, Højlund, and Garnacho. I will play Højlund on the left, actually. Get Martial to link up with him to hold the ball up for him up the pitch. And Garnacho, I will not play Bruno, and I will not play Rashford tomorrow, but that's me. But yeah, we're similar thinking there, bro. We're similar thinking. I would play Amrabat and Mejbri, Or, I think Martial holding up the ball would be crucial, buying free kicks. Going under the cosh, you need people who can look after the ball. And you need somebody who's devastating on the break. And Højlund has played on the left before for Atlanta. He can play left or right. He can play. Yeah, he can. Big up, Stephanie. 100 of you in here, and there's only that many likes. Listen, we don't care if we get deplatformed on this channel. If it means that there's 10 of us left with our own humanity, then I'm here for that. If it means there's only 10 of us, right? Here with our humanity intact, then I'm here for it. This was a protest channel anyway, people. We protest dehumanization. That's the first thing we protest. And we protest warmongers. We protest people who are greedy like the Glazers and what they've done to the club. Well, I think Jarvis has been on the hot sauce tonight. I think he might be on a bit of hot sauce. I think you might have sent him a bit of the hot sauce, Because Mick's saying we're going to nick it. We're going to nick it. Mick, that's what Mick's saying.
McTominay's playing. Mick's saying he's going to get the last-minute winner.
Oh, God. Please.
Yeah.
Look, I'll go around. I'll start with Jarvis and we go around. McTominay playing for me is like, it's so serious. It's so bad. Forget about playing football. We want to get Scott McTominay in the box. This is what Manchester United are after spending $1 billion and a bit. That we get Scott McTominay and like Sunday League, wait for something to ricochet to him, then he can have a shot, have a swing at it. Jarvis, what's happened with that? And did you see Eric Ten Hag's press conference today?
Yeah, I saw almost all of it, but I didn't hear every question. But it was actually not the worst press conference I heard. There was a lot of footballing questions for once, not just about Sancho and the Greenwood and all of that. So there was a little bit controversy when he defended Rashford and said he was going to play him into form. It's not the thing he does with everybody, but I think he believes strongly in Rashford, and you can hear that today. As you said, Nurdin, you don't want Rashford to play, but I'm almost 100% sure that Rashford is going to play tomorrow. It's just the way it is. McTominay is like I would say is almost like a dark chapter in United's history, because it's not on McTominay itself. It's about the other players and our recruitment team and why we can't get a better player, because McTominay is okay. He's an okay player, but he's not at that level we need a Man United midfielder to be at. We are used to players like Scholes, Roy Keane, and all of those legends that we have seen in the club since the early 90s. And McTominay is not one of them. He's not even close. Uh, what should we do? Should we keep him? I was really hoping that he was going to West Ham this window, but it didn't happen. I'm not sure why, but I think maybe we demanded too much money for him. But now Newcastle needs a midfielder. Maybe they will help us and buy him in January. But I don't think he's good enough. Actually, now we have players like Mainu, and we have players like Mabry, Hannibal. Why don't give the kids a chance? Because we know McTominay's level. He's been playing at this team for so many years now, and he can't be any better. You know, he has spells now. He has purple patches. He scores a couple of goals, and then he goes missing again. And he has big weaknesses in his game. For example, like he hides. He doesn't know how to open up and show the ball. He hides behind the players. So he's not a vocal point that we can play on, even though he's big. And his technique, he can't play a long pass or medium pass. He can only play short passes. He's not a good dribbler. He can force his way through past a man, but he can't dribble the man. That's a problem. But he has a good shot, and he can score a couple of goals. So yeah, I'm not going to be too negative, because you know what's going to happen then. McTominay will score the winner.
I told you,
Yeah,
Jarvis has been on that sauce. Bombay, Manchester United are literally playing for against Sheffield United and against Copenhagen the other night in the first half, playing for. Big up Alien Tunnel first. Taflon coated Rashi will get Eric Ten Hag sacked. Trust me. Trust me. Yeah, he will. He will. But yeah, some little bit of get the ball in the mixer, and then the ball then is in the mixer, and then he has a shot, some fluky shot. Is that what Manchester United have become now? Is that what we are? Sunday League team?
Yeah, we looked like a Sunday League team last game.
Mumbai, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did you hear the
can hear you.
question? Are
No,
Manchester
just
United a Sunday League team and get the ball in the mixer and let Scott McTominay tap on for the
nah,
mistake?
bro. Come on, man. I won't go that far. Sunday League. You know, Sunday League's better.
There you
true.
go.
I mean,
More
don't
effort.
Don't be this in Sunday League. We put a shift in, man. Proper. We don't even get paid. Swear down, man. We put a shift in and still get a hiding sometimes. So no. Look, I don't know what to tell you really. With the team that I'm watching at the moment, I've become a little bit disillusioned and lost. The football doesn't seem to improve. I didn't watch Copenhagen. I didn't even entertain the thought. One, I wasn't really in the mood, to be honest with you. And two, I thought, I'm playing football, forget it. And it seems like I missed nothing. It seems like we were really bad and we got ripped. That's what everyone's telling me. I watched the highlights, like, wow, we got off the hook on that one. Onana saves a penalty. They hit I think they hit the post. They were there, Copenhagen. No disrespect. But the highlights look like we got overrun. I'm not sure what to tell you. Honestly, I'm not. I'm a little bit getting lost in it all now. So thank God for the other lads on here that can maybe give us a bit of clarification, because I'm of little use at this point. I'm looking and I'm thinking, I'm not sure what we're trying to do. Certain players make us play a little bit better. I'm alluding to Ericsson there. Scott McTominay, Hannibal Mejbri's got energy. What's Hannibal like when he's got the ball? Can he play? Can he play between the lines? What's his qualities? I know he's got energy. That's another factor here against City. City are good.
We're
man.
not going to have the ball tomorrow, so yeah, you need
Yeah.
energy.
So you need energy.
Sunday.
Yeah,
on Sunday.
Sunday. So there you go, an extra day to pray for that miracle. But to be honest, man, I'm looking at the team. I'm not sure anymore. I mean, for me, I always will put Rashford in. And that's because Marcus Rashford can make something happen out of nothing. I know his decision making, it can be really poor, and it's not really forgivable anymore at this age with this much experience. He's 25, but he's not a young player anymore in terms of what he's played. And man, Bruno Fernandes, I think he's the most creative player and inventive player we have. But again, we still have the problem of, giving the ball away. And that's criminal because you see the lion's share of the ball for our team. We want to play through you to find those passes. And when you're not finding them, all we're going to be doing against City, we're not going to get a lot of those opportunities. So the work will have to be good quality. Otherwise, we'll be giving them the ball back and we'll be chasing and getting tired, So that's the thing. That's the thing with this game. The quality of work has got to be good, but you watch United, guys, and not only is it horrible to watch, the quality is shit. The quality is crap. If the quality was good, you made a few openings. Okay, you don't have to play or dominate or control, but it's just not clicking, man. Not quite clicking for me. Everything's a little bit rough around the edges. Everything's a little bit laboured. We always seem to stumble over the line against Wolves, against Sheffield. It's a worldie from Delo. When's the last time we saw a killer performance? Like, wow, today we enjoyed
Crystal
that,
Palace
man.
in the cup, in the League Cup. That's the last good game we dominated. In the league,
Yeah.
the last good game that we had was against Arsenal. But
Yeah.
let me just bring in Lesso Football TV.
Evening, Les.
Big up, Lesso. How you doing, brother?
I'm good,
How you
man.
doing?
Long time no see, guys. Big up to Jarvis, big up to everyone else, and free Palestine. And yeah.
When that comes from South Africa,
Which question
it
would
has
you
a
like
little
to
bit more something to it. A bit nice, man.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
No,
Big up
definitely, because
Lesso.
our
Lesso,
government
listen.
is actually behind that. They're actually behind the whole. Yeah.
Bro, I watched it. We all watched the interview. What's his name? Do you know?
You can ask me the question.
Malumba? No. He wears a beret, man.
The EFF, the EFF leader.
Oh, Julius Malema, yes.
That's the one.
We behind Palestine.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Listen,
from our leaders in terms. We behind them. Yeah.
Brother, your connection's quite bad. We can only hear every third word. Maybe if you go off the video, maybe it might be better. So just shut the camera down and see if you can still speak, if we can still hear you.
Okay.
Am I making noise?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to mute.
Can you still hear me?
We can't hear you, unfortunately, no. Yeah, we can hear you, but it's not consistent, bro.
Okay.
No, actually, we can hear you better now.
Okay, should I log in and log out?
No, we can hear you better now. Go ahead.
Okay. I've been listening to what you guys have been saying in terms of the City game and the overall situation at the club in terms of the manager, his selection policy, and like overall the way I see things. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm with the manager, upstairs to like basically 90% of managers will fail. That's the sad reality because of the kind of owners and structure that is above them. But do I believe in keeping a manager on board based on I'd say because we have bad owners? I don't believe in that because now you can't have two peas in a pot. One has to go, guys. If you want to move forward, one has to go. And I know we're not built for long-term success because that's just how we are. Unfortunately, the Glazers aren't going, and they've made that clear that they're just not prepared to go. So, where I stand with all of this, I don't know if you guys still hear me, but where I stand with all of this, I feel like you need to just keep trying. And
Okay.
I don't know what happened to him there. Hopefully he'll come
No,
back.
we had connections problem.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just looking at some of the quotes from Ten Hag, Rashford. I think this is really bad. I think you're showing really bad thing to the rest of the players in the squad. He always talked about the standards, and if you're not meeting the standards, then you need to be dropped, and somebody else has to have a go. But unfortunately, he's not a man of his word. He's just like most managers in world football, and I don't believe in the standards anymore because it was a lie. Because that's what we thought. We're getting finally a manager that you get on the pitch if you're performing, Eski, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna let everyone finish. I actually want to defend Ten Hag a lot here, right? Because I was reading a quote the other day. Someone asked Van Gaal, I think a year ago, 2 years ago, somewhere during I think the World Cup time, and they asked him about his time at Man United, and they asked him, you were criticised for your style of play. What was the reason for that? And his answer was, I that style of play was due to what I had at the time. We know he was shafted. He didn't get a lot of his choices. So all this sideways football was just a product of what he had at the time. So if you look at Van Gaal's time, he had, some of Fergie's players that were a bit on the way out, but you still had some players there, and you had a few David Moyes' players. It's not the end of the ball. You can try and sort it out. And United held a lot of control in games. We did what he wanted to do, but that's not what he wanted to do, if that makes sense. He made a plan B, and we stuck to that plan B to the fullest, and we couldn't score goals, and we didn't get the third year. So if you look at Ten Hag's situation, he comes in where he's got he's still got Van Gaal's players, Moyes', Fergie's, Jose's, and Ollie's. It's a lot harder. And then last season, we can all say on this panel, we saw glimpses of what he wanted to do. We saw it. Then after February, January time, it all fell apart a little bit, right? Don't get me wrong. But when you try and put that style back into the team, and you're missing your Luke Shaw, you Wan-Bissaka, you've Varane Martinez for large parts of the early the season. I don't know any manager in Premier League that could do what he's doing with his first choice back foot out. Bearing in mind, we've signed a new goalkeeper to try and fit in with all this as well, and he's having clangers. So I think it's getting overlooked massively still, the job that he's doing. I want to defend him a lot because I've been very critical. But you have to listen to that Louis quote, and you listen to Mourinho. My achievement with United was the best ever, right? Well, are these lying to you? Are these managers all lying? I believe them because they've all said it after they've left the job. There is no NDA anymore. Louis van Gaal was the most open criticism of the club, right? Was Mourinho the same shortly after, right? And Mourinho Moyes after he got his pay, he started speaking after he got his money. But and Ollie's not going to speak against the club. But no, actually, he did. Ollie did come out, did he not, Jarvis? Ollie did come out and started saying, these are the bad conditions I had to work with. The dressing room was a bit X, Y, Z. So I think a lot of it gets swept under the rug. The manager has to keep it all in house, and he's been dealt bad cards every single week. So I know people are going to say, we shouldn't have to persist with this, and it's not looking good. What is the style of play? But like I'm saying, how can you put in a style of play if you're missing so many players? It's just not feasible. Not feasible. So everything that Ten Hag's doing this season, guys, you have to understand is a patch-up job. It's a patch-up job, and that's all it is. Do you think he wants to go out and put a field team out like that? I'm sorry, he's got a bit more sense than that. We all got more sense than that, yeah. What we've seen is the evidence says that we've had good managers over the years. They've come in and says, I couldn't do what I wanted to do. Now it's either all 5 individual managers are lying, which the chances are fucking hell, come on, right? Because they've all left elsewhere and been somewhat successful, right? So it's either they're all lying or they're telling the truth. Or it's a bit 50-50, right? But there has to be some semblance of truth in that. So I'm going to back Ten Hag to the hill and say that he's been given. If he gets sacked tomorrow, I promise you, within a year, you're going to hear all the conditions. I wasn't given this. This was terrible. I was promised this. You're going to hear all that. You are going to hear it all, and we're going to be stuck in the same cycle. So if I could get one message across to you people, is please educate yourselves on what happened to the previous managers at this football club post-Fergie, and you decide for yourself if they're telling the truth or they're not. Because if they're telling the truth, then you can't go at Ten Hag. And if you think they're lying, then fair enough, and I believe you're part of the problem.
The only thing I would say about that, Eski, on the bigger picture, you're right. But him playing Rashford, that's on him. That's on him, bro.
100%. Who's his replacement, Garnacho?
Yeah, play Garnacho.
Okay, but then you
hold on one second. Give Pelletri a chance. Give Garnacho a chance, because the guy's not delivering F4. So what's the point of them having players when players lose form? What do other managers do? You hold bench. You hold bench. That's what you do. He's saying about you being played to death, and there's nothing you can say, bro, to try to justify it. You can try to justify it, but he said it's about the standards. And what standards are we watching? Come on, man.
Is it Rashford though that is killing this team?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a defense. Eric Ten Hag came out and said it's a defense. That's why the midfield looks open. And you got Maguire and you got Varane. Both of them can't pass the ball properly. They're too slow. They keep it between themselves. They don't put it through the middle.
You're going back now to the point Eski's making, innit?
No, what I'm saying to you, yes. But what I'm saying to you, but Rashford, in the moment, we played through him and Bruno. So it is their fault.
No, but no, clock it, yeah. Clock it. I'm with you. I would drop Bruno last week. I would drop Rashford last month. I would do that. But look at it this way. You were missing the first choice back four, and Rashford's best friend is who on the football pitch? Who? It's Luke Shaw. It's Luke Shaw. When Rashford doesn't have Luke Shaw there, he is garbage. He's useless. And
so
in England, when he's got somebody...
So you try somebody else.
But who's someone else? All right, we bought a backup last year. No, I'm talking about Luke Shaw. I'm saying you got Rashford there. He needs help.
Listen, forget about that. We try somebody else up the pitch who's going to make the right decisions. Pelletri is showing that. In the best game we played this season was the League Cup game. He's shown that. In the best game we played this season, he was part of it. There was no Bruno and no Rashford. And go figure how we played good football. That's the evidence. I'm sorry, the data is in. It's only one game. Yes, you can say that. It's only one game. But we played the most fluent football we've played this season.
But you know that game...
Am I wrong, Jarvis?
I don't think you're wrong about that game. But that game, man, we played a B team Palace, didn't we?
There was two B teams playing in that game. So it doesn't know him because Palace put out their B team and we put our B team out. It just so happens our B team's better than theirs. It doesn't mean that our B team can
our B team plays better football than our first team.
Agreed, but they're almost a lot inexperienced, and this B team is more susceptible to getting battered if we play them on Sunday. But my point is, right, Marcus Rashford needs help. Okay, you don't play him into form. I agree. Ten Hag's wrong with that. I wouldn't do that. But you play Garnacho there. Who's his partnership? Garnacho, at the moment in time, Nuruddin, you know it, is better as an impact player. He is. He just at this moment in time. I'm not saying that's
actually,
him.
You know what? Actually, you can vary it. You can play Rasmus Højlund there and put Martial up front. You can.
What I'd actually do,
and Martial has played that before.
No, what I would do is play Martial left wing because he did play that for this club.
No, I would play Martial in the middle for this type of game because he can hold up the ball. And Rasmus is good at. He's got the legs to go at somebody on the outside.
Maybe for this game, yeah, you're right. But in my defense of Rashford, which I'm not trying to do, he's been terrible, right? But I'm just saying, when Rashford's got 30-odd goals last season for us, and Luke Shaw was a mainstay in that team, it's no surprise when once Luke Shaw's out the team, all of a sudden Rashford looks like a chicken in headlights. I'm just saying, it can't be that him alone is that bad. He's missing someone. Bruno last season, who did he have a lot? Eriksen behind him. He's missing Eriksen this season. Now he just looks fucking awful. He was awful last season, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to spruce it up. But I'm just saying there are key figures out the team, i.e. the back four, which you've stated. All of a sudden we can't play football. Lisandro Martinez was the reason we played a lot of attacking football.
But I'm sorry, the manager went and got Mason Mount other than getting somebody else who can pass the ball. When you already know Varane's injury prone. His priority for signing has been disgrace. His football works. When you play guys who can pass the ball from the back. So at this moment in time, guys, let's be serious. Who do we have out? Martinez and Luke Shaw. Wan-Bissaka's on a training ground. So who else are we missing?
He's still out technically.
I mean, what Heskey's saying, yeah, if you think about, we put Lindelof there on the left, yeah, for a bit. Effectively, that means there's no overlaps, there's no dragging of men, there's no help. You're isolating Rashford and expecting him to do something special. It's not easy, that. You look at the other wing, though, Delo is flying, man.
Mm-hmm.
Delo's constantly bombing. You know, I'm looking at Delo's performance and I'm thinking, man, he's playing as the winger because there's two of them. Sometimes he goes ahead, whereas Rashford, every time I watch him, I just see there's nobody ahead of him. It's just Rash. Whereas with Luke, or you put Reggie on there, there's somebody that opens that space up for you. That's why Rashford, every time, he always has to go back, or it's going to try and go on the outside. And if he tries and, you know, it doesn't work, we kill him. So I think there's a bit of overkill. There is some credibility to what Heskey's saying, you know, honestly, and I'm saying that based on what I'm seeing from Delo. He helps a lot, man, on that right.
Listen, I promise you, he's also been woeful at times this season. Absolutely woeful at times.
Of course.
So let's not get overexcited. There's nobody who's been fucking.
No, he has, but there is some perspective for it, bro.
There's nobody's been consistent in this team. That what we've watched have been horrendous.
What does Mason Mount bring to the team? What's the positives of Mason Mount? Why do you think we've brought him in? And is he being played in the position that you think he should play?
No, I think he's had a falling out because he went to New York in an international break. So anybody who goes to New York gets it. From Ten Hag.
Yeah.
But listen, have you got the team? Have you got a team thing that you could pass on to me? Actually, I'll see if I can get one for the team to pick the team. But let me just quickly read about this. Just quickly, let me just give you the stats about the game. Let me give you the quick stats quickly about this game tomorrow. And like we said again, big up Al Ghazi.
Check to Alumba Fury. Hype. It's all you do. Hype average players. Rashford, my foot, barely sniffed any major individual award. War a Golden Boy. War a FIFA Best. War a Ballon d'Or. Nowhere near those.
Yeah, we know.
We're just trying to give you a bit of perspective, some realism. It's like the Van Gaal thing, man. You know, Dino will tell you my position on that.
No, he was done dirty, man. There has to be. I'm just trying to rationalize. Look, you can't tell me with a disaster this season all of a sudden. I'm trying to figure out why. Why is Rashford bad? Oh, he's probably missing Luke Shaw. Why can't we score goals? We got no Martinez.
No, we said we said already, Iski. We predicted it from last season. I told everybody, but people were calling me negative. I said that the burnout, that 13 or 14 players he burnt out to death for chasing four bullshit trophies, cost him.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
And the evidence, I'm sorry, but the evidence was there. And I knew the injuries would come as well because it was Liverpool. The year before, Liverpool were doing exactly the same. The evidence was there.
We talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot. But let me just get this. Let me just get this bit of the dynamic of this game. Casemiro faced a late fitness test. I hope he don't pass it because he's been dreadful this season. Let's be right here. Other than scoring, the only place I'll put him up front. He might get us a goal. Diallo, Martinez, Malacia, Jaden, Luke Shaw. But Zaka's back in training. The rest are injured. And Ahmad, nobody even talks about Ahmad, by the way. Ahmad will be sold, by the way. Those of you thinking Ahmad in this team.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Trust me, it's the truth. You heard it here first.
No.
Manchester City defender Akenji is suspended for this match following a red card against Brighton. Kevin De Bruyne is the only absentee from City. And it's the 190 Manchester derby. 190th match. There comes just 147 days after Manchester City's triumph over their arch rivals in the FA Cup final. Manchester United are aiming to win a consecutive home league game against City for the first time since a run between 2008 and 2009 and 2010, 2011. City's 8th Premier League away win is the most by its side in the competition at Old Trafford. However, their only victory in their last 4 league visits, United was a 2-0 in November 2021. After just 4 wins in their opening 10 matches, Manchester United, Eric Ten Hag's side have won their last 3. They're aiming to avoid losing at least 5 of their opening 10 games of a league campaign for the first time since 1986-87. And by the way, that's when Fergie came into the team. The Red Devils have led for the 98 minutes in the top flight this term. Only Sheffield United and Luton Borough have a lower totals prior to their least this round of fixtures. The Red Devils have led for just 98 minutes in top flight this term. Only Sheffield United and Bournemouth have a lower totals prior to their latest round of fixtures. United have gone 21 matches in all competition without a draw since L2-2 at Tottenham in April. United have won 16 of their 17 league matches and cut that Harry Maguire started. Manchester City, third consecutive away league defeat would equal their lowest losing streak on the road under Pep Guardiola, set between March and July 2020. Manchester United, Chelsea, and Southampton. They're aiming to avoid going 7 games without a clean sheet for the first time since a run of 10 from October to December 2019. Guardiola's 4 Premier League wins at Old Trafford is the most by a visiting manager. All of managers to have faced the Red Devils at least 10 times in the Premier League. Guardiola is the only one to have won at least half of those games against them, claiming 7 wins from 14. Since Guardiola joined Man City in 2016, they have earned 142 points. Then Manchester United 646 to 504, winning 59 more league games. 204 to 245, and scored 226 more goals.
Bro, you're depressing the shit out of me.
Yeah. City are unbeaten in each of the 37 fixtures Rodri has played since the 1-0 defeat at Spurs in February 2023.
He's the key, man.
So when Rodri plays, they usually win. So I'll go quickly. Lesso, your score for tomorrow.
Sunday.
Sunday.
The only saving grace I'll have is if the Springboks win the World Cup, against New Zealand. But besides that, with Man United, it's really, when you actually recited those stats, I was just reflecting on my life since 2016 supporting Man United. We're really in a bad period with the club. So the game against City, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We could pull off a surprise result, but at the same time, we could easily get a drubbing. So we're stuck in between two. We're stuck in between two. Sort of like. Honestly, like with Man United, the way we've been this season, or should I say even last season, it's either we get a good result or a very bad one, a very surprising result or a very bad one. So I'm gonna be on the fence with this one. I'm gonna say we could pull off a surprising result against City, but the following game we could get a really bad one. I don't know if people agree with me on this, but I could see the players actually giving their all in this coming game, but I could see them just flat out not giving much in the following game. So it's just where we are. I'm sorry to say, but I feel like if it's not a draw, we're getting a draw. I don't see us losing 2-1 or 3-1. I know these players, they like dropping their heads. If you put 2 or 3 goals past them, you're likely to put 5 or 6 goals past them as well. So I think it's dependent on where we at in the first 50 or 60 odd minutes in the first game. But that's why I stand.
Yeah, big up, bro. Alien Tunnel says, "Here's a formation for on Sunday. Pray like, yeah, big up." Big up to Alien Tunnel. Thanks for the super chat. Jarvis, your score on Sunday. Talk to me.
Yeah, before I give you the score, I just want to make some comments about the Eskis. He had a sum up of the last couple of managers and the squads. I just want to come back to that and say, in this team, under Mourinho, under Ole, under Ragnick, and now under Ten Hag, it doesn't look like the team plays or train. It doesn't look like they do anything in training, like formation training, and we don't see what the managers want. And my question is, which are the players who have played for all the three managers? It's a rhetorical question, so I will answer myself. So that's Bruno, Rashford, Maguire, Luke Shaw, McTominay, Dalot, Lindelof, and Martial. All of those players have been here all the time, and the different managers with different coaching staff and different training methods and all of that, they can't get the players to perform consistently. It's always like purple patches or nothing at all. So maybe these players aren't good enough. That's just my thoughts on the matter. And when it comes to Rashford this season, he's not working at all. You can see that Ten Hag, he had like a plan. This was the next step. Last season, he tried a couple of games. We lost, and he reverted to plan B and played counter-attacking football in a way. And Rashford, he didn't play well in the beginning of the season, but after Ten Hag played his plan B, suddenly Rashford was scoring right, left, and center every game. And now we are trying to play stage 2 of Ten Hag football, and suddenly Rashford doesn't work. He doesn't play. You can see it especially against what was it? Who did we play when Dalot scored at the World Day?
Sheffield United.
Sheffield United.
Sheffield
The
United.
second, the goal, the Dalot goal is a good example because we play out from the back. Evans he pulls up into the midfield, and Lindelof, who was the left back, he inverted in to take the ball with him, and he carried the ball up until Garnacho, and Garnacho met him on the midfield line, and then Garnacho went inside, and Lindelof went outside, and Lindelof got the ball. So we actually played out from the back in a good way, like Ten Hag football. And he passed the ball in front of the goal at the 18-yard box, and Dalot put it in the corner of the goal and scored. So actually we played, but that's the way Ten Hag wants to play. But we doesn't attack fast as we did last season. Now we attack slow, and we did that in that attack. And that's typical how Ten Hag wants to play. So this is stage 2, and Rashford doesn't work in stage 2 Ten Hag style. So Ten Hag needs to realize that, and they need to realize it really fast, because Rashford now he's killing us. You know, he doesn't work hard. He just stands there and you do one thing, you lose the ball. That's the thing he does. So in a way, if I can take it with my first point, I don't think the players are good enough to play this type of style. And the players I mentioned, they are the usual suspects. They have been here for so many seasons under so many managers, and they don't work. So
they can't play modern football. That's why Ranić said he needed first contract, second contract. People who are willing to, but Manchester United overpay these players, and the rest. Everybody gets paid, the Glazers included. That's one thing about the Glazers; they share it out. That's the only thing we say. Windy, I called it out last season. I said fatigue was setting. I said injuries will come because of the decision he made chasing for the 4 trophies last season, which majority of the fans were happy with. So those of you who are moaning now can't moan. The people on this channel who spoke about it, they can moan because we said so. Big up everybody. So give me your score quickly.
Yeah.
Your heart.
My heart says 1-0. We will nick it. My head, I don't know. It could be ugly. We have no spine when it comes to the mentality exercise of the game of football. When things get rough, we tend to just lay down and die. So I don't know, maybe 3-0.
Eski, go ahead, bro.
Do you know what? I'm gonna say we'll win. We're gonna win 2-0.
Mumbai.
Shoot that broken arrow through my heart. Boys. Okay, no, boys. What's gonna happen on Sunday? Oh, mate. Don't know. 4-1 just lit up, you know. 4-1 just went off
Say
like
it.
fireworks.
Say it.
Flames, man.
Back yourself.
Back myself into the smallest
Back
corner on
yourself.
earth.
It's trickle
That's it.
treat. It's trickle treat on Sunday.
Might get a surprise,
You know
yeah.
Trickle treat. Do you know what, man? We'll go for 2-1 United.
And
That
what's your head
sounds like
telling you?
my head just told me I'm thick as pig shit. But we'll go with that, bro. We'll go with 2-1 Man United. Let's you know what I
Get
mean?
in.
It's they're getting, man. The world's in a bad way. Let's be a little bit optimistic and positive. Let's take
Yeah,
them
man.
down, man.
Yeah.
Jose did it. Jose gave us a miracle. Do you know what I mean? So maybe we're due. Maybe we're due a miracle, man. Maybe the good guys are due a little respite. Let's hope.
Yeah, big up Phil. He says, if you want to put a transfer in and go Ericsson, I had so much mess to deal with the Glazers, Ronaldo's Greenwood situation, circus. No, 100%. We understand that. We understand every manager comes. There you go, Jarvis doing Saturday Night Live. Big up. But we understand, Phil, the bigger picture. But I'm sorry, Bruno, to me, this season, when Bruno and Rashford have been out of the team, United play better football. And we play through those two. That's my biggest thing with the manager. And that's not nothing to do with the bigger picture. And he's got players now in attacking areas he can actually play instead of those two. They can come off the bench, 100%. I'm not saying completely drop them, but I just don't want to start a game with them. I actually feel relieved when both of them don't play. I feel like something different because I just see the same shit every day, every time. Let's hope. Did he say what the score's going to be? Did he give us that?
Early and Tenno's not messing about. Here comes the axe. Oh, do you know what? Okay, all right. Let's say we get smashed. Let's say we get an Alien Tenno job. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, definitely. I think if we at most, I think would probably, if we get smashed up, I think it's possibly 5-1 or 4-2 or something like that. I don't think we're gonna get a 7-0 or something like that. But that my score prediction would be probably a surprising 3-2, 3-2, 4-2 sort of thing to 6. I don't see us personally growing. That's just out of the question. I don't see us winning either. I see us losing by a slightly smaller margin. But depending on the team, like I said, it all depends on the starting 11. If he plays Bruno on the right and he does Maza or whatever he decides to do, that I see this going left very quickly. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's my score prediction because knowing based on the players that he likes picking, like you said, you mentioned that I would like to see a different lineup, a different strategy, certain players not starting the game. But let's be honest, that's not happening. That's not happening. The same players will start, and that's just how it is. And that's why I see that we're not gonna get a positive result out of this. It's just not happening.
Yeah, big up everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
What do I think? I think we're going to get beat. I don't know by how much, but I think we're going to get beat. I can't see Maguire keeping a clean sheet, people. And all the Maguire massive are going to face the reality. What happens when you come up against good players? So it's going to be a reality check. Back to life, back to reality. Big up Soul to Soul. This is the soundtrack on Manchester United, people. I'll just quickly go and just say big up Sheikh Arian Rashid for the getting all of it. Please let us know what your Twitter handle is, so let people know about it. But thank you so much for stepping up and substituting in for Khalees Ramadeen Lassie. I want a football to decide, not a stupid VAR decision. I also accept City United fans just so respect to Franny and Bobby. Yeah, well, let's hope they will. Let's hope they will. Wow, City won't score. Wow, praying. I told you she's living on a prayer, Stephanie Griffin. But people, I just want to quickly talk about one thing, and I only want one coming around, so I'll go. So if you can be quick, I've got a bad cold, and I'm holding
What's the starting 11?
Oh, the starting 11 is what Ten Hag's going to pick. Bruno and Rashford will play, and most likely Amrabat will play. Ericsson, if he plays Ericsson and Amrabat, we could get destroyed. I would play differently to me. I'll play a back five tomorrow. That's me personally. I'll play 3 centre backs tomorrow and try to play on the counter so we don't get embarrassed. That's what I will do because we can't try to play football with them. I would play the third. I would play Evans, slow Santaras, but very good at closing the little gaps. But that's all we got, to be fair. I'll play maybe Lindelof, Varane, and Maguire, and then I'll play Reguilon as a left wing back and Diego Dalot as a right wing back. Then in midfield, I would play Megbury. I would play Scoldy. What are you doing with the fish? Scoldy, see him messing about with some crazy fish.
Listen, these noises are not from my mic, just so everyone knows. I'm not even breathing.
I'll show you in a minute. It's this crazy fish toy that he's got. So I'll play in midfield. This is what I will do. The midfield will be Megbury, Amrabat, Ericsson, and the two I'll play up front will be Højlund and Martial.
Yeah,
that's who I'll play tomorrow.
Good lineup.
Yeah, but somebody that can Martial can come deep, and Højlund can go long. You know what I mean? In stretch them behind, threat on so they won't push up, but it will give because they'll be scared to press really high because Højlund will play on the shoulder and Martial will pick up the ball. You know, that's what I would do.
You lads been impressed with Amrabat?
Well, I think tomorrow we need him because we need energy and people that can get around with the legs. And the only thing I will play Ericsson is because Ericsson can deliver that final pass. If we get the ball to him, he can play better than Bruno, 100%.
And you guys would put Meshbury in. Jarvis, you would start Meshbury as well. Hannibal.
Yeah, because he's got legs. Listen, we need legs in the middle who can run around, who can help the defense. We need people who can run.
You concur with that team, or have you got something different?
I think Nuruddin has the point when we play Amrabat, we play Ericsson. If we can play Mejbri, we have a good combination. That's like a little bit balanced midfield. They have different attributes that we complement each other. So I will say that's a good midfield.
Yeah, big up people. Listen, I want to go into final one of the last topics. We already done the presser. Jadon Sancho, there's Athletic. So I just want to set the base for the people that don't know. Athletic have insiders inside the club. Aspect of the club, they're the mouthpiece of the club. They're not here to do PR for Jadon Sancho, unlike what you think. There's people in the club who are telling the truth about the way that Sancho's been treated. Now, for me, Manchester United, he didn't take the thing down. They should have suspended him because that's a breach of his contract, right? Should have suspended him, then sold him in January. But what they're doing to him now is humiliation. For a club, the Premier League, English game, the English media, all going on about mental health, what is that doing to him? For me, suspended till January, then you get sold. Or you get headed out of the football club. I agree with that. But what I don't agree with is the hypocrisy of mental health. And then he's getting treated like an absolute muppet and humiliated. And by the way, It's not his PR. Jadon Sancho does not have that PR. The athletic journalists are in with Manchester United. They're in with Manchester United.
Yeah, Lockhurst.
They're in with Manchester United. And Lockhurst, they're in with Manchester United. So they're not doing PR for him. So before any of you say, oh, it's Jadon Sancho, no, it's not. He is actually somebody who doesn't speak to any journalist. He's never spoke to any journalists. He doesn't do that. He keeps himself to himself. That's what he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Skulls Day. I need to pick this up to show you guys. 1 second. But yeah, I'll go to you, Jarvis, first.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about Sancho. So, what do you guys think? Do you think he deserves this treatment? And to play with the reserves, he's not allowed to talk with the first team. He's not allowed to change in the changing room with them. He needs to be with the academy. He's not even allowed to eat in the cantina. They bring him an own lunchbox, so he sit there and eat by himself. And that's his every day. So what do you guys think?
Sorry, I didn't hear you. I was getting the toy. What did you think? How they treated him?
I just summed up for everybody if they didn't read the article that the Athletic wrote about Jadon Sancho's treatment. And he eats in the canteen. He doesn't. He's not allowed to eat in the cantina. They bring him a lunchbox, so he eat by himself. He change by himself at the academy's locker room. He's not allowed to train with the first team. He's not even. I don't know if he's allowed to talk to them when he's on Carrington. So he's very isolated. And I don't know why they are doing this. As you said, it must be much better just to suspend him and he can stay at home and be sold in January. But at the moment, they're like humiliating him. So, but he could have fixed it by himself, and maybe Ten Hag needs to put an example out for the other players. I don't know what's going on. So it's just speculations. So my question is to the rest of the panel. What do you think?
Jarvis, the thing what it is that, listen, he's been made of example already. I think the point has been taken. To me, this
Sort Scholesy out, man.
This humiliation, I just need to grab the toy and turn it off. Just need to turn it off. There you go. You can go and play. The fact that it's gone on too long, and you know what, people's mental health break down when they're in isolation. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
And now he can't even get changed with the youth team players because he's older than 21, and there's safeguarding issues. So he has to lock himself in a place to get changed to get out.
Mm.
And it's just the way it is, guys. So for me, I think for people that talk about mental health, and then it's like, yeah, not even that, Windy. They should just, suspend him till January and then get rid of him. That's it. But the example they made, I think that's done by now. The example was a month, maybe a month and a half. Now it's been nearly 2 months. So I think that's done for me personally. But to me, I just wanted to point out the hypocrisy. When you leave people in isolation affects people's mental health. Go ahead, Leto.
I think personally, I've seen this a lot. I've seen it with Beckham growing up as well. I feel like you guys haven't really forgiven him for a lot of English fans have been, or should I say, the English media have been forgiving him for missing a penalty shootout. So it still lingers. And when I watched the Beckham documentary, it actually reminded me of the time when I watched the 1998 World Cup in France. How long it actually took the English media to actually forgive him for the red card issue. I feel like it's the same thing with Sancho. The only difference is that I feel like Beckham somewhat made up for it when he scored the free kick that led to England qualifying for the 2002 World Cup at Old Trafford. I feel like that's what somewhat would help Beckham in terms of regaining faith with the English media and fans overall. Whereas Sancho, it's a situation where I don't think he'll ever get beyond that, because now it's a witch hunt. You can see it. The situation should be solved and should have been like, already resolved, and the club knows where they stand with him not wanting to apologize. All you do with a player like that, you just set him aside, and you're gonna sell him, and that's it. But now the media will always keep following that up because of the negativity that surrounds the player and the brand in itself, and what he did in the past. That will still be held against him going forward. And I feel like that's where the agenda is at the moment. It's not really fair. They're not gonna treat him fair, and that's unfortunately that's the part. He's not gonna make up for that. So that's the only difference I feel. Whereas with him and David Beckham, it's uh, um, more or less the situation. We also had the same situations with players in South Africa as well, that we felt that they've let us down and whatnot. It really takes a lot. The media will be against you, unfortunately, and the media will drag the fans as well, into that narrative and keep it running, because it's just news at the end of the day, and it feeds into their agenda and in creating stories on stories. Man United will always be there because it is the focal point of English football. So unfortunately, Sancho is there. If Sancho is playing for Chelsea or Man City, I think this situation is done. No one is really talking about this situation. But because Man United is the biggest club, and if not one of the, I'd say it's still the biggest club in world football in terms of brand. In terms of, when you look at everything that surround the news, if you're not mentioning Man United, it doesn't get a lot of attraction. Everyone knows that. Everywhere around the world knows that. Even in our local newspapers, you have to include Man United. If you're not including Man United, you're not getting readers. People are not going to engage in terms.
Listen, stop right there, Lesso. Who's calling Mateus a terrorist in the chat?
Huh?
Is anybody calling Mateus a terrorist in the chat? Cut it out, people. People need to just make sure that moderators, please get on your job. Go ahead, Lesso. Carry on.
All right. No, like I've been saying that unfortunately that it's on him right now because of the stature and the club that he plays for. And we've like I said, when you play for Man United, it comes with opportunity. If he was playing for Chelsea or somewhere else, no disrespect to every other club, Man United is still the biggest club worldwide. You're gonna have that kind of negativity following you around. And we're not forgetting that a lot of, like you said, a lot of journalists are in the pockets of the club. So to feed a certain narrative and that benefits the club first, it's always gonna happen. So the player in this instance is a super villain, unfortunately, and that's how it's going to be. They're gonna make the player look as bad, way bad as even the Glazers at this point, because that's why I'm looking at it. Like, we've never seen this much intensity in terms of the targeting of the Glazers. It comes from the fans more than the media. So
Okay,
yeah,
got you. Yeah, got you. Big up. I'll go to Eski.
But Sancho, no, it's his own fault, man. Look, you said the club's going on about mental health. I don't know a single player, right, who's been told to go away for 3 months. He's not injured at all. There was obviously something wrong with him personally. I don't know any other player that's been given that grace in my life, to be honest with you. The fact that it was given to him, he's had a tiff with the manager, but he's decided to not apologise. I'm sorry, he was given the opportunity to apologise. He decided not to take that opportunity, and these are the consequences. It's not harsh. It's that, like, if you don't apologize to the manager, you will be excluded from the team. It's just all written down. Oh, he's in these conditions. It sounds harsh. Blah blah blah. Bollocks. All you have to do is apologize to the manager. You're a grown man. You're 21 years old. You've been given a chance. You've given multiple chances to apologize. You can still apologize now, Nurjan. If you really wanted to, you could do it now. So no, does it sound shady, mental health, all this, that, and the third? Listen, whatever's going on in his personal life, I feel very sorry for him, and I hope he gets it sorted out. But he was given time. All you have to do is apologize to a manager and be a man about it. He decided not to, and these are the consequences. It's the real world, man. He's in a privileged position, and there's real life problems out there. You should grow the fuck up.
Fair enough, fair point. I totally disagree with you, but fair point. For me, don't go on about mental health and isolate somebody in their job setting. You don't isolate somebody. You don't do that. And I think in terms of making an example, I think that's been done already. He's not going to apologize because he doesn't. And to be fair, there are 1 or 2 points that he did say that he gets scapegoated, and we know that for 100% because Anthony plays and he shits things out the place. So for me, on that point, he was correct. And for me, I give him credit for not succumbing to apologize if he genuinely feels, because we don't know, none of us know. None of us know exactly what happened behind closed doors. But I respect a human being on their principles. So if he sticks to his principles, then I would always support you, even though if I think you're wrong. But I think the apologize thing is gone way over it. I said to you, and I explained the situation to people, and I was doing it on this channel, that he was in the list, the 13 players, the club briefed out 13 players in May, at the end of May, saying that we're going to have a clear out. And out of there were 6 highlighted players. It was McFred, Donny van der Beek, Martial, Sancho, and Harry Maguire. They were the 6 players that the club wanted to get rid of. He didn't rate him. At the pre-season, he played him as a false 9. So at the end of the day, that means that we were going to get a striker, so he was never going to play there. And at the end of the day, this was always going to come to a head. Now, it's not the first time a player and a manager have had a falling out. But for me, this is what they're doing now, to publicly humiliating him and then breathing that. That's what the club did. The club breathed what they're doing to him. For me, is a disgrace. So suspension for not apologizing, then you get rid of him in January. Then we don't have to talk about him. But they're not chosen to do that. They're humiliating him. And by the way, it don't fucking matter what somebody's earning. You go and tell that. Listen, let me just finish. All of the famous actors who are multimillionaires that killed themselves. So you go and tell me them, oh, they've got money, they're multimillionaires. Do you not think what mental health is? Do you think it matters how much money is in your account? Are you guys, some of you guys, that serious? Are you that serious? Now, there's a different thing. A player being dropped but still training, yeah, that is nothing to do with mental health, because the player is still training with a thing and he's been put on the bench. That's a totally different thing. What they're doing to him is humiliation, and they're briefing about it. Go ahead, Bombay.
Bro, the Beckham documentary, you all watched it, right?
Yeah.
No.
So David Beckham's at Madrid, yeah? Capello comes in, completely freezes him out of the team. He's not allowed to be anywhere near the first team. Has to go and train on his own and look from afar at his teammates. And his teammates were upset, yeah? So what David Beckham did, bro, is this. He was the first one in training and the last one to leave. He didn't miss a single day, not one day.
Bombay, can I stop you there? Can I just stop you there?
Yeah.
Bombay, can I stop you there? You
Of
cannot
course.
compare two human beings. You cannot compare David Beckham at the age of 28, 27 to Sancho, who's 22, 23 maybe.
Sure.
You cannot compare. Totally two different circumstances, totally two different times in history in terms of players, totally two different kind of societies.
It's true, though. It's true. But we're talking about, look at the attitude. So
No. You're talking that was a different world. That's why I refuse to watch that documentary.
No,
Okay, look at today's world, Nurdin. Look at today's world. Harry Maguire has been bullied by United fans for almost half a decade. About his PR team's been
again,
chatting shit.
I stress. Harry Maguire is a 30-something-year-old shit player for Manchester United who gives it the large. And by the way, his interviews, he comes out and says, "I got nothing to prove," and then he gets found out. Then he was
That was
horrendous.
then.
So save me, please save me. All this crocodile tears. Nobody did that at Old
Bro,
Trafford.
look,
That was then, Nuruddin.
Let me say something. I've been going to fucking Old Trafford. Majority of United fans clap him and sing his name. Majority. Now, when he's been shit on the ball, they moan and groan, but they've never said he's shit. The singing section at Old Trafford always sing his name throughout all this period.
Look, Dino,
So
bro.
let's not compare here, guys. Stick to Jadon Sancho.
Look,
Let's stick to the question, and I ask you the question again. Does Jadon Sancho deserve to be publicly humiliating and have the club briefing that they're publicly humiliating?
Look, I tell you what this is.
When they bang on about mental health.
Look, listen. The way that let me be honest, please don't get upset. The way you're throwing the question at me is like I've just gone onto the Piers Morgan show, and the first thing he says, "Do you condemn Hamas?" It's not right, bro. No. Look. I'm gonna tell you, it's not. Look, it's not all right.
That's a reach. I'm asking you the specific question.
It's not right, bro.
Let me ask the question again, because you're not hearing the question. Does Jadon Sancho deserve to be publicly humiliated, then the club briefing against him to the Athletic? Does he deserve that?
That's a loaded question, man.
No, it's not a loaded question, isn't it?
Of course it is. Of course it is.
No, 1 second, Jarvis. It's not. Am I describing something that's not happening?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are describing, but we don't know how his mental health is. We are just speculating.
No. My question is, I said this to you already, that when you put people in isolation, it plays with their fucking mental health. That is the fact. That is the fact. When you put people in isolation, it plays with their mental health. Now,
but the question here, then.
Yeah, Eski asked the question. Eski said he's never seen people sent 3 months given her time. The club told us that he had mental and physical health problems. So I'm only talking about what the club has told us, right? So the club last season told us.
Look, think about this.
He had mental and physical health. He was sent away for 3 months to Holland. So I want to state specifically, but go ahead with your question. Go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah. There's a long history when it comes to Sancho. Ten Hag has tried the carrot and he's tried the whip, and none of it actually works. So he's a tough nut to crack now. This Sancho. So I'm not sure how to fix it, but as Eski mentioned, he's a grown man. And he should apologize to the manager, because what would Ferguson have done? I don't know. You don't like.
Ferguson would have suspended him. Sorry, Jarvis. Ferguson would have suspended him. Ferguson actually would have demanded that he was sold. Ferguson would have got rid of him. That's the thing with Fergie. Fergie got rid of Paulins, Mark Hughes.
Let me just
rid of Beckham. He got
explain this.
Fergie would not have these players who he doesn't want. He doesn't want sitting on the bench. He would not. You suspend him. Look at my solution. When did this happen? My solution. I said suspend him. Other than publicly humiliate him, suspend him, then sell him in January.
Right. Look, Simon Jordan explained something there that you might want to listen to. Look, you have to.
You're going from Piers Morgan to Simon Jordan.
I know. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll.
Let finish.
I'm on a roll, bro. So Simon Jordan spoke about this, and he said Manchester United are obligated to provide him with facilities to train.
Yep.
They can't exile him completely. He has to have a platform to train as a professional footballer. So they can't say you're not allowed to come to Old Trafford. It's not that kind of
thing. That's worse.
I'm sorry. No, it's not. No, it's not. Publicly humiliating him. No.
I'm going. Let me just.
No. Simon Jordan is chatting out of his ass. Simon Jordan is chatting out of his ass because players, I'm sorry to say this, clubs, Jarvis will tell you he's old enough, clubs have suspended players before. Then the nearest transfer window, they've got rid of them.
Do you remember Schweinsteiger? What happened to him, Mourinho?
Yeah.
Mourinho put Schweinsteiger down with the academy players to train. He wasn't allowed to train with the first team.
Jarvis,
for a long time.
Listen, again, Jarvis, 34-year-old.
You can't compare. Player. We're not allowed to do anything here, you know.
No. You can answer the question, but because you're coming up with all these examples, and I have to educate the people who are watching that clubs have suspended players before, And then what have they done? They've suspended players before
Look,
and
let me
then sold
just
them
give you.
at
Let
the
me just
nearest
give you this.
transfer
Then.
window.
Look, we're not allowed to compare the attitude of any other players that are in the same
Because of
predicament.
the age.
Oh, all
Listen,
right, all right.
I can only go by this. Is the facts. Manchester United made a statement last season and said Jadon Sancho had mental and physical health problems.
Okay. And what did we do?
They
We
sent him
we
on
were
3 months away.
okay.
Now they're
So
publicly
So we
humiliating him.
helped him.
we
Listen, they're
helped him.
public.
We did what we said.
Yeah,
Right.
that was last season. Now they're
So
publicly humiliating him, then
now,
leaking it to the Athletic.
right. Okay. Look. I don't know, and I can't confirm hand on heart what's happening. If you were to ask me, what do you think about Jadon Sancho's situation?
Jarvis just told you.
I'll just give you my own personal point of view. Then forget comparing it to anyone else. In this football business, bro, there is a 25, 30 man squad. Whether it's doing good or bad, the only person that's going to eat bullets is the manager. That's the one that gets sacked. You can't fire all the players. Jadon Sancho's statement to me was very unacceptable. It was a terrible statement. It was way too strong. If you actually look at the Ten Hag interview, it's just a little nothing really. There was different ways of dealing with that, better ways.
Sorry.
So look, let me finish it. Let me
I have to
finish.
jump in.
Yeah, let him
No, I have
land.
to
Let him
jump in.
land.
You have to.
Jump in. No, I have to jump in.
Why don't you write it down and then come
I
back?
have to.
Let me finish.
No, because I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget.
Forget.
Listen to me. You say that it was a little thing. Jarvis will tell you. Efty will tell you. The worst thing you could say about a professional footballer is that they're not training hard in training. That's the worst thing. That's
didn't meet the
worst
standards
insult.
this week.
That's the
what I
worst insult that you could say to a professional.
What if he's telling the truth, though? What if he's telling the truth?
That's what I mean.
Well, exactly. So that's why I'm correcting Ben Baye. Don't say a little thing when it's the worst insult that you could say about a professional footballer.
Look,
It's only
You
an
can
insult
say
if
a
it's a
professional
line reading.
footballer. Listen to me.
Look.
You could say a professional footballer is shit. You don't rate him. You don't think he's a good player.
No,
you
you
don't think he
won't
had a
say
good
that.
game.
Look,
You don't think he had a good season.
there
You could say all that.
are.
When you
Look,
say, a professional footballer is not training, is not training well. That is the biggest insult. That's a fact.
Look, bro. When you watch what Eric Ten Hag said, yeah, it's not the absolute end of the world for me. The way he says it as well.
No,
right?
it's not.
He's not.
It's
He's
the worst
he didn't.
insult
He didn't.
you
He
could say
didn't.
to a footballer.
It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Okay, it's bad. But the statement that he comes back with completely undermines the manager. And if Jadon Sancho wins this duel, and Eric Ten Hag does not get what he wants, then that is effectively the end of his control. It jeopardizes and compromises his managership in front of everybody else. Jadon Sancho, like Heskey said, yeah, the door is open. Apologize, remove that statement, come back, and then let's play. Now, the final point I'd say is we're talking about a player here that Manchester United, for me anyway, this is personal, exactly zero. What we paid for him, the wages that we're paying him. Forget, I know it's not about mental health way, but I'm just telling you, this is a big package, yeah? He's not performed at all for us when he's played at all. He's had 3 months. Let him go, no problem. We could have done with a Jadon Sancho. Let him go, put his arm around him. He's come back and he's just not performing, bro. Okay, so it's not like he's pulling up trees. Jadon Sancho, I actually forgot about him. The best thing to do, I just don't want this player anywhere near my first team. And I need to make an example of him for the rest of them. You can't come out and make statements like this and undermine my power in the dressing room and my control and my authority in front of the rest of the team and win it, because that effectively is the beginning of the downfall of everything. And Sir Alex Ferguson or Mourinho or Van Gaal would have said, get this guy out. Do whatever you want with him. He's not my problem. So Ten Hag for me is absolved. If the club is not dealing with this in a good way, all Eric Ten Hag should be doing is saying, this player, out of the way, he doesn't exist anymore until I get an apology, and then hit doors open. You can come back, still open now, like Heskey says. Apologize. Okay, still open. The statement he made was way too strong. It's no good, bro. That, and I said that at the time, and I would never make that statement. Do you know what I mean? I would never make that statement. Even if there is beef like that, you are putting yourself in an imposition, and there can only ever be one winner in this, and it has to be the manager. Even if it's flipping Neil Warnock, it don't matter. The manager has to win this. If the manager loses this battle, you may as well get rid of him tomorrow, bro. Do you know what I mean? So Jadon Sancho, I wouldn't let him eat with the team. I wouldn't let him train with the team. You're not part of the team anymore. You're out of the team. What you do from there is, here's the facilities that you have your own thing. You'll have your own trainer, your own coach that will train with you now. That's what usually happens. Somebody that will train with you, but you're not coming near my first team. You're not in my team. You're not in my plans. So he's effectively banished, and I don't think that is something to say against mental health and stuff like that. It's not like you can't speak to anybody. You're not allowed to open it. No, he goes into training, but he has his own lane, and there'll be coaches that train with him, like Beckham had, like the other players that were suspended or whatever. Beckham had 2 coaches train with him. He has to jog with them, do his drills with them, and he did it every day. So Sancho, that's what he's got. Obviously, when he leaves the training ground, bro, he'd probably chat to Rashford, chat to his boys. But here, as a matter of principle and on the basis that you are sticking to your guns, fine, you stick to your guns. I will answer the questions about you, but as far as it's going to be with the press, he is training on his own. And you know why, and that's it. Muted, baby,
Muted.
So you finished, right? Let me come back at this.
Go on.
Al, you know what you need to do, Al? You need to go to the bathroom. If you got a bathroom, right? Go and clean out the wax out your ears. Right? Go and clean out the wax out of your ears. This is what I've said. I've my points, and any of you can jump in anytime. I said the club told us. I'm only going by what the club tells me. Right? Club told me last season that mental and physical, you had to go away for 3 months. They said he was on sale. They asked actually Chelsea when they tried to negotiate Cucurella deal for the loan. They asked Chelsea, do you want Sancho? So Ten Hag doesn't want him. Murta and Arnold are the people to blame for not getting him out, right? They're not getting him out. They're the people to blame. So first of all, then the club does all this stuff. If you go to their website, they do all this stuff about mental health and helping out charities, people with mental health. So to me, it's not even the fact that the club then briefs the Athletic. What Jarvis will tell you is what the club uses. Jarvis, please, if I'm wrong, say that I'm wrong.
No.
Everybody knows and understands. If you pay attention,
speaking.
If you pay attention, the club are now briefing against Sancho and saying this is what he's done. And to me, that's humiliation. I don't give a fuck how much money you earn. That's humiliation from somebody you told me has got mental and physical problems. So I'm only going by. So I said the solution has been, Al, if you clean out the big wax in your ears, I said you suspend the player, then you get rid of him in fucking January. So let me just say that for you again. I said suspend the player till January, then you let him go, other than briefing against him about how much you're humiliating him to the Athletic. That is man, and I'm pointing out the hypocrisy. I'm not here to defend Jadon Sancho. To me, it's done. When Manchester United briefed 13 players, and the only person who had the absolute cojones to say, you know what, I'm not wanting, I better go, was who? Fred. So at the end of the day, the club is still in the last couple of days of the transfer window. We're trying to sell him, but it was too late. And the writing was on the fucking wall.
Okay, bro, but other players that was for sale are playing. Maguire's playing. McTominay's
playing because listen,
right?
he's playing because the team is shit and there's been massive injuries. We already understood and knew, right?
Yeah, but they're playing. What I'm saying is they're part of the team. They're being used.
Listen, if Martinez
and he would be getting used.
Listen, if Martinez is fit, right? We already knew that's why they brought back 35-year-old Evans, right? Maguire will always going to play. We understood that because Varane can never stay fit. And then you've got then the club mismanaging the Martinez operation and fitness from the metatarsal. Then he's out for 3 months. So that is the reason why Maguire's playing.
You know,
Not because
Jadon
Maguire.
Sancho, if he would have
Maguire.
apologized,
Listen to me.
he's
I
had a
don't-
good
I-
chance
I-
to play.
Listen, Bombay. I genuinely don't think you're misunderstanding me. I really, I have to try to make it clear again. My solution to this was suspension, then get rid of him in January, or should have got rid of him in the summer transfer window.
Yeah, they couldn't though, bro. So he's
No.
here.
Well, no. Well, that's the point I'm trying to say. That's a solution. But breathing with humiliation with somebody you told me that suffers from mental health is the biggest fucking hypocrisy. Now,
Why is that humiliation?
You can choose to disagree. That's fine, but don't try to misrepresent what I'm saying.
What's the humiliation of it?
What's humiliation? No, right. I've got 2 points.
No,
right?
you know what humiliation is? You know what humiliation is, professional footballer? Humiliation is being for the continuous going and getting changed. Jarvis told you, Jarvis,
Right,
can you please make the points?
Leave Jarvis out of this.
No, Jarvis explained to you because he read the article.
I'm talking to you. Tell us what's humiliation.
Listen to me. He's getting changed, right? He
On
has
his
to
own.
go in. He has to go in. No, he has to because he's training with using the
Right.
youngsters' facilities. So he has to do all of this madness, and then he has to eat alone.
What madness?
To me, that's humiliation.
What?
That is. I'm sorry to say,
That doesn't-
Jarvis. That is humiliation. Then you brief to the press.
It's all in your red
You're
mirror then.
humiliating somebody. Then you brief to the fucking press when
What
you
do you
told
mean?
me last year the guy's got mental health problems.
Yo, what is
Bro.
this? Is this guy in Gaza?
Bro,
No,
listen.
it's
I'm gonna break it down. I'm
Bombay,
gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it
Come on.
down, bro. No. It's
You're
not
taking
that.
the piss now.
Nerdin. Right, Nerdin. You know about Dutch people, yeah?
Listen, you're having a nightmare, Bombay. You're telling me about fucking the dickhead that hasn't got a club anymore from
Who?
Talkshite. I can't believe. No wonder
Jordan.
your points of views are the way they are. Because you listen to that Talkshite. You're quoting fucking
No.
that prick.
So you're
Simon
killing the
Jordan.
messenger. You're killing the messenger now. Is
No,
that how you're rolling?
Simon Jordan and Piers Morgan. You're accused. I'll repeat again for all of you guys to clean out your wax in your ears. So I repeat, I said suspend him other than humiliating him by briefing against him to the Athletic.
What I'm saying to you is Simon
Then
Jordan
get rid of
said
him in
this. Yeah,
January.
look, forget Simon Jordan. I'm just saying to you, he said legally, contractually, Manchester United, if you do a suspension like Mason Greenwood, yeah, there's something that is like, it's bad. We can't have him here.
No,
This
I'm
isn't.
sorry. No.
What I'm saying is,
Listen to me.
bro, this isn't that.
No, Bombay, I'm sorry. Let me correct you. When you come out and make a statement on your personal social network, that's a breach of your contract, innit? Because you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to have a public statement without the club checking it over. That's a breach of your contract. Yes, it is. Jarvis,
But maybe this isn't a suspension.
Jarvis,
Maybe this is.
Listen to me. No, because you know what you're not understanding. Players who talk to the media, they either get fined or they get suspended for coming out talking to the media without the club say so.
Okay, look, if you forget the fines, this is not about the fine. This is about you have to apologize to the manager.
No, he doesn't want to apologize. And like
So
I said,
that's it then.
he has the right not to apologize.
He has to. Otherwise,
no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Because every Dick, Tom, and Harry has said he has to apologize. No, he just fucking has to apologize.
If he wants to come back,
you don't have to apologize. Shit, if you think you're correct. No, he doesn't want to come back now because he already understood.
Bro, look.
He doesn't want to come back.
Your argument is very poor. You know. Do you know why? You're basically saying that IDF don't. Do you know what? No, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it. Yeah. Hold on. Do Israel think they're right? Okay, they don't have to apologize.
Oh my God!
You've just it's basically the same.
No. This is ridiculous. This is actually ridiculous. You know what you're doing now? You know what that's called? You know what that's called in debate? That's called a straw man argument.
It's comparing. No, using your logic. It is.
No, it's not. It's straw man argument. Comparing the Jadon Sancho situation to what the genocide is going on in Gaza.
I'm using logic. You just said.
It's laughable.
You've just said if
you suspend the guy, you get rid of him in January. It's simple.
Look, did you not just say to me, if you think you're right, you don't have to apologize? No. Did you? Yes, you did. Did you say? Did you not just say that?
I'm sorry to say. I'm really sorry to say. Comparing what the genocide that's going on in fucking Gaza, Eski.
Look, we have
I have to go extremes. I have to.
Look, it's not. This is people getting bombed to death. A genocide.
No, I'm using your logic. Listen.
You know how crazy that sounds. You're comparing a fucking genocide
No, they're-
to fucking
he's
Jadon
not
Sancho.
doing
You're not
that.
listening to me. You're not listening to
Jadon
no one.
Sancho. No, I'm not. Jadon
He's not.
fucking Sancho got killed anybody. He's not murdered
Bombay,
anybody.
should I just leave? There's no point in me being here. He's not listening.
No,
No,
because
don't
he's
leave.
chatting
Don't
shit,
leave.
bro.
Let him.
He's
Let
not
him. Let him.
listening, though.
Fair.
He's
I'm
going
sorry,
on,
you
though.
can't.
All
How
right,
are you
Dean,
using? What logic are you using?
what he's saying?
I'm using yours.
What
No,
he's
you're
saying.
not. No, you're
I
not.
am.
You can't compare.
All right.
You can't
Look,
compare people being
hold
slaughtered to
on.
death.
I just asked you a simple question.
Murdered anybody? Has
No,
I
Jadon
just
he
asked you a
murdered
simple
anybody?
question, yeah?
No, I'm
It-
asking you the question. Has
He hasn't.
Jadon
He hasn't
Sancho
killed
murdered
anybody.
anybody?
No, of course not.
No,
Yes,
Of course
exactly.
not.
It's
But you're not
Jadon
answering
Sancho bombing children.
You
Dino,
just
it's not.
you're not
No, I'm
listening to
asking
me.
you the question. Answer the
Bombay,
question.
he's not listening
It's
to me.
Jadon Sancho
Right,
bombing kids.
right, Ski, hang on there.
Is he
He's
fucking
blown a
bombing kids?
microchip. Let's get him back. Dino, listen to me.
For fuck's sake.
He's not. He's not.
That's
What?
not logic.
Forget. Just listen, man. 1 second. Take a breath, bro. Chill out.
No, I'm sorry, but
All right.
you started this shit.
No,
You
no.
started this shit because you bring in Piers Morgan and fucking Simon Jordan. I've
That's
got
not-
this specific question. Is it
Look.
hypocritical of the fucking football club to
Look.
go on about mental health and to isolate somebody, then brief it to the fucking athletic? That's the
Look.
question. It's not that fucking hard.
It's a loaded question.
No,
It's
how
a very
is it
loaded question. No, you're just going to deny everything. You can't. We want to bring an answer. You just deny it. I don't know what to say. What should we just agree with you?
Esky, no, you don't. You made your point.
I've not made my point.
Disagree. No, you did. No, you did before. I asked you the question specifically. You said Jadon Sancho is whatever thing you made. You said your argument, and did I come back at you? I said, yeah, that's your opinion. We move on. Now you're comparing. Baby's been blowing up to Jadon Sancho.
No, listen.
Me,
Again, you've not. I've not said that once. I've not said that once.
Look, listen to what he's saying, Nuruddin. What he's trying to say is, you said that if a guy thinks he's right, he doesn't have to apologize.
And that's disgusting.
No, we're talking about.
Let's talk about the principle.
No. Answer that.
We're talking about a player
I
and
can't.
a manager. What the fuck has he got to do with fucking?
Right. All right. Look, drop that now, Nuruddin. Leave it alone a second.
No, was the argument that you trying to make.
No, I'm not attacking the argument. I'm attacking the line that you just said. You said if someone is wrong, if someone thinks they're right, they don't have to apologize. That is very, very bad. You can't say that.
Listen to me. If you listen, I promise you this. Every human being on the chat here and every one of you here has had a disagreement with somebody. You don't apologize if you don't believe you've done what you're being accused of. What the fuck are you apologizing for?
Right, okay.
Being dropped on kids.
Because they don't believe it's wrong. They don't believe it's wrong.
I'm going to ask you this question. You're telling me you've had an argument with somebody.
Okay.
You think you're right, but then you've gone out of your way to go and apologize to that person.
Do you know what? Do you know when I've apologized? When I've realized I was wrong. Yeah, the facts are he is wrong. Jadon Sancho is wrong.
You don't realize that you're wrong when you think you're right. You go and apologize then.
All right, let me ask you about this argument. We've had an argument, but one of us will think, nah, it's not worth it. So I am going to apologize. I just want to crack on with it. That's what Jadon Sancho has got the opportunity to do, to just get back into this team and bury it.
Just be the bigger man.
Gone past that now.
It's still there. That's what I was saying. It's not gone past that.
Gone past that now.
It hasn't.
It has gone past that now.
Jarvis,
let me bring Jarvis in. Jarvis, has the apologizing thing gone past it now? Have you got? How many months has it been, Jarvis? How many months has it been this saga?
If Sancho
comes out and says, it's gone past it now.
It hasn't.
According to the article, Sancho brought his lawyers to the meeting. He didn't want to apologize. He brought his lawyers. So he brought in the big guns. He didn't want to solve this. And that's
not the question. Can he still apologize? Can he still apologize?
No, because it's gone past it now. Do you not understand that? There's a term. You've gone past it.
No, you can always apologize.
No, prove it's gone past it. Prove it's gone past it. You can't prove that. That's your opinion.
Okay, listen, Jarvis. If this is ever going to be solved, right? You know that the manager don't rate you. The manager didn't want you. The manager wanted to get rid of you. Then whatever happened, the manager then calls out the player and says he's not training well. What's the worst you can say to a professional footballer? Jadon Sancho posts a statement. He doesn't leave it on for a day. He leaves it on for 2 weeks. leaves it on his Twitter, right?
Yep.
So then he's
Weeks.
gone past a month, right? Gone past a month. He's not apologized. To me, there was a certain time where the idea
you.
of wherever he apologized,
To
he's gone
you.
past it now. No, it's not to me.
You
It's
just said
not
to
me.
you.
Listen to me. No, it's my opinion. But I'm asked Jarvis again. Jarvis, for all the football that you've watched, could you see Jadon Sancho apologizing tonight, tomorrow?
I could. I could
coming back
see
in the
this,
team?
right? This is what I could see. I would like to
From
apologize
what
for my,
listen to me.
for my statement, put it behind it and crack on.
Let me finish
He'll
the
be
point.
back.
No, let me finish the point. From the article that the club briefed, right? They briefed to the Athletic. They said he bought the lawyers round. He's not apologizing.
Sancho's watching this.
happening.
He's definitely not apologizing
It's
now.
not happening. It's not happening. So this idea that it's happening, it's ludicrous. For me, after listen, you know, when certain things in general, when footballers, obviously football is a heated player-manager fallout, things get said, whatever. Sancho takes the thing down after 24 hours, then meeting, whatever, boom, boom, sort it out, whatever, it's settled, right? After it's been up for 2 weeks, after all the press conferences, do you think, what are you doing, Bombay? Oh my God, I swear to God, you need to mute yourself.
Sorry,
Nobody knows what you're doing.
Let me just mute that.
Talking about Gaza, you sound like you're in Gaza right now. That's what that sounded like. That's what that sounded like. But anyway,
It's fine now. It's fine now.
listen, I say it simply. To me, Jadon Sancho, I knew Jadon Sancho was never coming back in this team. Never. Because Eric Ten Hag did not rate him, did not want him, right? To me, the whole point of me bringing the question up was specific. It's not at all. All I'm saying to you is the club said he's got mental health. They told us that. Then the club is there briefing against him using the Athletic. To me, you suspend the player, you get rid of him in January.
I don't think Eric Ten Hag had a big problem, personal vendetta. He tried to help him for 3 months. He took care of
forget all that. Listen, we know that.
So
that's all
it's
done.
not. I don't want you to
we are now.
is this, bro. What I don't want you to do is this. This is not personal with Eric Ten Hag and this specific player until that statement was made, and now we're at loggerheads. The only person, no matter if he's right, if he's whatever he is, yeah, it is impossible for any manager in this situation to lose this battle because it undermines his position indefinitely with the rest of the club.
You need to clean the wax out of your ears. I said you suspend him and then you get rid of him in January. So then it cuts the whole question.
Yeah, but Nuruddin,
then you don't listen to me. Then you don't fucking do an article. You don't brief against him by showing him how much you're humiliating him when you're going about mental health.
Why is he
humiliated?
What did
humiliated.
Can I say something?
Go on,
I
Jarvis.
just want to say, if we can break it down to like discuss one thing at a time, and I think we are mixing up a lot of stuff now. The thing I think that the issue is the punishment or the disciplinary action from Ten Hag. Should he be suspended or should he be training with the academy, eat for himself, train for himself, not talk to the first team? So this is basically the issue, because we all know what happened. We all read the tweets. We all heard. We have seen Ten Hag's interview. We read the news article. So, okay, we all know that. So let's just focus on the thing that's the issue of this this discussion.
Sure. Sorry, Jarvis. Two things, right? Two things, right? We all know Dutch people, right? Dutch managers, whatever. They're very open. They're very honest. They will say how they feel, right? In that first interview, they just asked him. He didn't go out his way and say, "Oh, by the way, Sancho wasn't playing," because they said, "Where's Jadon Sancho?" And he just gives honest answer. I don't think he played well enough to be on the bench, which is a manager giving his honest opinion. Now, we could have lied and said whatever the fuck else, right? Jadon Sancho got very personal with it.
Let me correct you. He said he didn't train well enough. That's it. He didn't
right.
He said he didn't train well enough.
Right. So he didn't train well enough to be on the bench. That's what he's saying, isn't it? Why? Because they asked him why is he not on the bench. They said he's not trained well enough to be on the bench. That's his answer. Is that not just the manager telling the truth? Right, number one. Number two, with your whole humiliation thing, the Athletic, right, are reporters They're paid to report. Even if they're fed information, right, they are paid to report. So when they go to Carrington, what do they see? They see the academy. They see Jadon Sancho training with the academy. He has to lock himself up because of law reasons, you know, reasons safeguarding children. We know that. So he has to do that. All they're writing is doing facts. You're saying it's humiliation because that's in your head. That doesn't make it true. Because I can say it's worse if they suspend him because now you're denying him access to football, which is his career.
Okay, Eski, you see, this is why I know you didn't read the article. You didn't read the article. Because if you would have read the article, you would not be saying what you're saying now. The sources are club officials. And Jaffers will back me up on that. Because I read the article.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry.
Right. So the reporting news, he's training. So is he training alone?
No. The what you just said, I just want to correct it because I just want to correct it for the record. You said
Go for it.
the reporters are going to see. No, the reporters already knew he was training with the kids from fucking months ago, right? What I'm trying to explain to you now, and I think this is a misunderstanding. The only person that I'm not arguing with is Jarvis because Jarvis read the article, and Jarvis knows that why the club uses certain journalists like Samuel Racist Lucas, like Laurie Whitwell, right? Those are the two guys that they use the most, the club, when they want to brief something out. Jarvis, am I lying?
Yeah. We know the spin. Everybody knows the spin that follows this channel.
So the point I want to make to you is that two of the statements he read were categorically wrong, right? So Jadon Sancho, everybody knew Jadon Sancho's been training with the kids. Everybody knew that. What I'm trying to make, the point what I'm bringing this up, I'm saying to you guys, is that isn't it hypocrisy to come and do that to him, then breathe against him, and actually in the article, some of the people are saying, you know what, maybe it could have been dealt with differently. So they're putting it out there, trying to play both sides. Other than, my thing was, you suspend the player, and then you get rid of him in January. Because once you suspended, like players suspended, you're not going to be hearing a question about him, but to bring out, to describe detail, how much of it is on his own, because that to me, when you do that to a footballer, it's humiliation. You're humiliating him. And Jarvis would have told you the same about Schweinsteiger. Jose Mourinho humiliated him. That's what you do. That is humiliation. I'm sorry to say, but in football terms, that is humiliation, right? In other things, maybe different, but that's humiliation. So the article, I want you, Eski, to go and read the article, and then we can come back to this because you don't know what the article is saying. And my only question for the show was that I wanted to bring you up. It's gone for fucking 2 hours now. I've got a bad sore throat, and you've made me fucking guys scream because by bringing it to other different things. The question was, isn't it hypocritical of the football club to bang on about mental health to put somebody in isolation for that long? Why don't they suspend him? All they have to do, oh, disagree. I agree. Eski, in your first answer, I didn't come back at you. I just said to you, I disagree. That's all I said. But to me, was suspension. We don't hear a word about him, and then he leaves in January.
Yeah, but I can make a case that suspending him is worse for his mental health.
No, it's not. No, it's
See,
not.
this is what I'm saying. You can't prove that. This is just your opinion.
No,
So I can't win.
Listen to me. Loads of players. No, I understand that. A lot of players have been suspended. When a player is suspended, that means you don't have to turn up where you are then made to train on your own. You go and live, you go and do what you do. You go and do what you do. You go and live life.
You're a professional footballer. What do you mean? You know, you're a professional footballer. Should you not be training and playing football?
No.
What do you mean? You're 21 years old.
Listen to me. He's not allowed to play football anyway. So that's
why?
Your argument.
Why not? Why not?
To play football.
Because he's in the wrong.
No, we're not. Listen, if you do what they're doing with him now, he's not playing football anyway. So that takes you, and that literally defeats the argument. The point is that players, if you're suspending, that the player is out of the situation. Then you're not briefing against him, saying this is what he has to do, that way he has to do. If you don't understand that, I can't help you. To me, you suspend the guy because he's in breach of his contract for 2 weeks.
I think what you should have done, bro, is number one, you're asking a question to a panel of people that maybe don't even read. I don't even read The Athletic. I don't subscribe to The Athletic. So what the question should be, and I think it was even at the beginning, what's your opinions on the fact that Jarvis explained that he's training on his own, he's eating on his own, he's doing all this on his own. So if you ask for that opinion on the basis of his situation, then that's a question that everybody can be involved in and answer. But if now you've made it into a very
No, I
specific
haven't. No, I haven't. No, I
article-based
haven't.
question, this is what I'm saying. If it's
No, I
just
haven't.
based on an article that we've not read, then you may as well have not asked us the question. If
No, I
that's what
haven't.
we
I
have to,
said to
if
you,
that's the
no.
standard
Listen, I'll come to you,
that
Lesso.
we're
No,
looking
I
at,
said no. I'm sorry. I said to you guys, the
yeah.
club. I said to you, the club banks on about mental health. Now they have somebody in isolation. What is the hypocrisy? Then briefing out
Hold
against
on.
Sancho to
What
the
did they say?
Athletic.
What did they say?
Exactly what he said. What Jarvis said. That he's got to change. And I'm sorry, to a professional footballer, what they're doing to him is humiliation. The message is already being got. I don't personally think any player is going to be thinking, oh, yeah, you know what? I've not
Should
got the
have put,
message
you know, what you
yet.
should have
I've
done. What you
not got
should
the
have done
message yet.
for future reference, bro. What I'd do is, if you want to talk about a subject that is based on an article that's at the Athletic, maybe post the article up. We go through it, and then we have a chat about it. Because you're asking me, and I don't think Heskey, we don't subscribe. We not read the Athletic. I thought you were asking me based on what Jarvis read out that he's training on his own. This.
No.
That's
Listen,
all.
I was sorting out.
Then,
Listen to me.
then this is what you're getting an answer based on. But it's like me trying to answer a question about something. You have to answer it exclusively on the basis of this article that is causing this issue. Well, if I've
Well,
not read the
why you
article,
think?
why ask
Okay.
the question?
No,
Do you know
no,
what I
the
mean?
question. No. I'm sorry, Bombay. I'm sorry. You
I
tried to
got it
straw man
wrong.
the argument. Yeah, you
No,
have.
no,
Because
no,
no,
go
listen to me. I said to you last season. You realized you and Eski, both of you both said that Jadon Sancho was sent. What was the club statement? You read the fucking club statement. It wasn't in an article. You read it.
bro.
That
You know,
mentally, listen to me.
We know that. We
Mentally,
know that.
listen to me.
I
Mentally
don't
and
know anything
physically,
about these statements.
mentally and physically,
Right,
Jadon Sancho was in a bad way. So they sent him for 3 months.
right,
This
okay.
season, they're humiliating him, briefing the fact that they're humiliating him when they bang on about mental health. Did I not ask? I can read. You know, after this now, we hang up now. I'm gonna rewatch this. I asked a specific question. I said, "Why is the club being hypocritical, talking about mental health for a guy that they told us last year had mental health problems, and now they're isolating him?" And I've explained to you how being isolated and humiliated is bad for your mental health when you're a footballer.
Yeah, but Nuruddin, the club also.
My solution was, I answered my own question, was to suspend him, then get rid of him in January.
Well, you've got half a solution there. You know, January's will come. Maybe he'll go. I think it's not unusual for a player to be told you have to continue to train, but you'll do it outside of the first team. Here's your coach, here's your training, your fitness coach, whatever. You train with him. You're not part of the team. I don't think there's a correlation between mental health, what Jadon
No, there is.
Sancho is
No, there
going
is.
through,
No, there
because
is.
it
There
sounds
is.
like, to me, it make it sound like
No, there is. There is.
you know,
I'm sorry, but I have to disagree
and
with you.
part of this, part of our
All they
answer.
had to do last season, listen, all they had to do last season is not mention the word mental health.
Look, it doesn't matter. They've mentioned it,
No, they didn't have to mention the word
what I'm
mental
saying
health.
is, I
They didn't have to
believe
mention the word mental health. I'm sorry.
part of the
No,
solution.
look, Jamie here. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to. That could be an opinion. That could be.
Okay. Oh,
That
look,
could be an
what
opinion.
I'm saying is,
That
look,
could be what. That could be a possibility.
Jamie Wayne's opinion is as valid and should be added to the amount of vast variables that this could be. Nobody here is an institution or has a definitive answer.
No, it's
What
not. But
I
I
would
told you the
say,
club talked about mental
all right,
health. So you're
fine.
trying to divorce mental health from my question, and I'm telling you, it was the club that said it.
What you want to consider is Jadon Sancho, if it's mental health and stuff and humiliation, and this is what you're saying, he has the magic wand to say, look, I apologize for that statement. Not because I was wrong, but I apologize for that statement. Do whatever you need to do, keep your face, and get back into
So
the
if he's
team.
not
There's
wrong,
a
why should
place.
apologizing then?
There's a place there, but there's a good chance he is
Interesting.
wrong. Do you understand what I mean, bro?
No. But Mike, no, you're making a social. So
Right?
you just
So
said.
are you.
Now, what I would say, to you is as
You
well.
just said. No. Let me
Let's
just
say
repeat what you just said.
he's right.
Let me just repeat what you said. Let me
Yeah.
just repeat what you said.
Go ahead, repeat it.
He should apologize
Yeah.
for the statement but then he's not wrong. So what is that an apology? What does that make sense?
What I'm going to say to you is this: it's within his power to end this. He can apologize, but he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Now, if he is wrong, but he's been obstinate, that's also something you have to consider, because we're not sure. Maybe he didn't train well. Maybe his attitude is bad. Don't forget, man, we've got a player here that had problems at Dortmund and City like this. He was fined before. Jadon Sancho, to me, bro, personally,
I think you're taking it away from the point I'm trying to make. I've just said to you, club made it about mental health. The club banks on about mental health. The club then does briefs out to the Athletic, does an article to humiliate a footballer, and then everybody on Twitter is telling me, what about if his PR? Like, we've got the Athletic are going to be Jadon Sancho's PR. No, they're not. Lesso, come in, please. He's been waiting patiently. Go ahead, Lesso.
No, definitely. Definitely. We're not saying that Sancho shouldn't leave, and we've been emphasizing the fact that he should.
Your mic is terrible, Bombay, honestly.
It's not me.
It is you.
I swear it's...
It is. Look, it's silence now. I've muted you. I don't hear anything. Go ahead. Lesso.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that. I meant to say that no one is saying that Sancho shouldn't leave, and based on his performance and everything overall, he should be gone. He should be gone. But I always say that no matter how bad a player is, you shouldn't be. You should worry about their mental health. That comes first, because Man United is a brand. They always emphasize on certain issues, and they claim to say that they're behind. They worry about players' well-being, and they put out campaigns, try and get involved in these sort of PR campaigns, these mental health and everything. But now I feel like they've used the Sancho situation to manipulate the fact that they're doing badly on the pitch. This reflects badly on the football club, and anyone with a sore eye can see this from a mile away. The fact that we're not doing well on the pitch, the whole Glazer ownership and everything that goes behind, they all trying to navigate around that situation so that the share price doesn't plummet as badly as it has been plummeted. No one is ready to mention that, because it's not something that suits the narrative around this. So what they do is they find a scapegoat in this kind of situation. And unfortunately, Sancho, as badly as he's been, but no one actually really does. An individual player deserves this sort of attention, when it comes to this. And you can see that it's Man United who's pushing this sort of PR intention. It's in the news, and it keeps happening. Like for at some point, like, common sense has to hit in to say that this is not just an isolated situation. This is something that is trying to mask another situation altogether. I've seen this way too many times, and especially under the Glazer ownership. There's always scapegoats in every kind of situation. And we have to come to a point where now we have to see it for what it is. These guys are trying to mask one situation and using someone else as basically collateral damage. That's just life. That's just business. That's essence. In essence, even in any corporation, someone has to be the fall guy. Even if as bad as they've been, they have to be that main fall guy. In this situation. So Man United are trying to take away or divert attention. I feel like they're trying to. Yeah.
Listen. I understand that, bro. And by the way, El. Oh my God! Clean out your wax ears again. I said specifically, you suspend him till January, then you get rid. Nobody's saying that Jadon Sancho has to stay here. Nobody. I did not make any of that argument. I did not. I just said, like Splash says here, what he says up here, that guy is changing in his car. because he can't change with the young players because it's about safeguarding. Say
Right,
if you
that's
know what
legal
safeguarding
reasons.
is. Yeah, safeguarding issues, right? So the point I'm making is that you suspend a guy, you get rid of him, and a normal club like what Leicester was talking about would have got rid of the guy as soon as the manager said I didn't want him. You would have got rid of him already. But because the way that we're run, it's the way the club is. So at the end of the day, this could be avoided. So my whole point of this question, which is maybe it's my fault because I didn't communicate it properly. And I apologize to everybody in the chat and everybody in the panel. Maybe I did not communicate the questioning properly. I said about the club being hypocritical when they said to me about Jadon Sancho's mental health last season. When they said to me, when they talk about isolation in this country, Manchester United literally do a campaign. They literally, at the beginning of this season, Jarvis, they had all of the elderly people who live on their own, right? Isolation is one of the things that causes mental health problems. They had them all. You know how they bring the young kids out? They had all the people from a local people in Manchester who are struggling with mental health. When the players came out, they all stood up by the side of the tunnel. So clap the players on. That's what they did. So the point what I was trying to make to you guys is that they do, like Leicester, they do all these campaigns about mental health. Isolation is one of the things that humiliates people, especially at a football club. What happened to Beckham was humiliation. What happened to Schweinsteiger was humiliation, even though those two had their footballing experience to deal with it and to overcome that. The point is that last season, the club told me that he's got mental health problems. I didn't need to know that, but the club said that. Now they're briefing against him in a news in a big sport news organization, saying these things about him. So for me, that was my only question: isn't it hypocritical? Not whether Sancho stays or not. I just said my point of view, like everybody else is different, is that I think they should suspend him, and then they should get rid of him in January.
I just want to shoot in a quick response when it comes to isolation in itself is probably not the problem. I think it's about losing your identity as a human. If you, let's say, if you get divorced, you lose your identity, or if you lose your job, you lose a bit of your identity. So it's hard to cope. And Sancho, he has a lot of entourage, and there's tons of friends and people who stays with him all the time, so he's not alone. But he has lost a part of his identity as a footballer, because now he can't do what he's been doing his whole life. He's playing football with the best team possible. But just coming back to, I have wrote a couple of comments here, but it's the same, because basically the key issue in my views is whether the club's disciplinary action is too harsh, and that's what we are discussing. So given Sancho's mental health history, is suspension or isolated training, eating, changing away from the first team? That's how I see it. That's the core of what we are talking about. And a lot of people say he deserves isolation or the disciplinary action, and you say nerdy in suspension. So basically that's the root of the argument as I see it. And
Yeah, and by the way, go and check out this channel. I've made videos where I've said Jadon Sancho's done out here. For me, he could apologize 100 different times now. It's done out here because it's gone on far too long. And he's been humiliated and isolated as it is. So that's what I'm talking about. So for me, it was about suspension, and everybody can have their point of view. So I don't actually disagree with you if you think my question was only about, is the club hypocrisy when they talk about mental health, when they told us this kid had mental health? Go ahead, Eski.
Yeah, no, it still stands. I still don't agree that the club has hypocrisy due to that, because at any point in time, maybe if you agree that it's too far gone now, unless if for argument's sake I agree with you and he apologized today and it doesn't work, but he did have the time, he had the time, whether he was in the wrong and he didn't want to apologize because he thinks he's in the wrong, fair enough, I hear that point, right? But he did have the time to not be in the situation, right? And number two, the club also advocates against domestic violence towards women. Like they played Anthony the other week. I don't know how would we call that one then? Do you know? I mean, we have campaigns towards all sorts of things, but all our players are again involved in all sorts of things. So I'm not sure how we rectify that one. I mean, yeah, you could say the club's hypocritical. You could be making a valid point, but because he could have got himself out of that situation, I don't think it's that valid. And I think it's worse if you talk about isolation. He's coming to the training ground. He's training with different players, fair enough, but he's in a familiar environment at least. It's like, all right, when you lose your job, you don't go back to the workplace and just be there and don't work. Jadon Sancho hasn't lost his job. He's just not part of the first team, and he's going to the workplace in a different role. Or would you rather say to him, "You're done here. Don't ever show your face around here. Stay at home or do whatever what you want to do. I don't want to see you ever again." For me personally, if I was Jadon Sancho, I think that's a bit more disheartening. But my manager doesn't even want me in the same vicinity as him and the team. I think that would be a lot damning. So it's all perspective. I'm not going to here bash anyone's opinion. This is a free space. We talk about everything real here. So I respect Nuruddin's opinion, respect everyone's opinion. I apologize if we got heated earlier. That's just me. But yeah, that's it. I still disagree with Nuruddin's statement about the humiliation thing. But that's it,
bro. Listen, it's all love. Listen, it's all love. It's only a debate, bro. We get heated.
Of course,
that's how it is.
Of course.
That's all it is. It's all love. I don't think anybody's thinking that it's gonna get heated.
It's for the viewers. For the viewers, innit? For the viewers, this is all calm, guys.
Listen. Come on. They know because they get into it in the chat as well. They get into it in the chat. It's just a different point of view. For me, I just find the club to be hypocritical. Well, now, listen, if we didn't know this, if this article didn't come out, I promise you, I will not be talking about this. Jarvis will tell you, I've not talked about Jadon Sancho other than a couple of weeks ago when we said he's done out here. I stayed away from it because I know that he's done out here. I literally wrote, if you watch some of the videos, I said, Sancho's done out here. Sancho's done out here. He's gone. For me, the only point is that why are they briefing this stuff to further humiliate the kid? That's all I said. That's all I said. If you suspend him, at least he does not have to be humiliated by getting change in his car. That's all I said. And I mean, I think that's humiliating. What's more humiliating is that they're briefing the Athletic to say that about him. That's what I found, especially when they said, "Oh, they care about mental health." Now, I also agree with you, Eski, about women's, domestic abuse and stuff like that. Yes, they sign up to things like that, but I promise you, they bang on more about mental health than anything else. I promise you, they do that. They bang on a lot about mental health. But yeah, I agree with you. They talk about violence against women.
I think when you're looking at this incident here, two things. Clubs now and entities and everything, they have to sign up for the popular causes, whether they empower them, whether they invest in them, how much they do. But it's all part of the game now. A lot of this world is tick box exercises. It just is, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the only point I wanted to point out. So if you would have said that, Bombay, that would have been an agreement. That would have been okay. The club's hypocritical. That's it.
But what my next point was to say, I don't think this incident in its context is enough to bring the club into the limelight as this is hypocrisy and this is a hypocritical club. Now we're going into the substance of what's happened, why it's happened, what are the options. Now, my own personal point of view away from the Athletic would say to me, no, I wouldn't say this is hypocrisy or anything like that, because from the beginning, I am somebody that understands. I've played football, I've had kickoffs with managers, and sometimes I've understood that the manager, I can't fuck him up in front of the team. Even if I think I've played all right and he's taken the make by ripping me to shreds, I can't. I have a limit that I have to respect because I know if I go over it, it's not good for him and it's not good for our team. And I've opened the door, especially if I'm one of the better players and I do that, bro. I fucked this position up. I've jeopardized this entire position, and that can make things fall apart really quickly. And I think in football, when you're dealing with big egos, this ain't Mourinho. Don't forget, man. This ain't Van Gaal. Mourinho will drop Pogba. He'll put Schweinsteiger. This is Mourinho. He's one of the greatest managers ever. Van Gaal the same. Ten Hag's come from Ajax. Do you know what I mean? He's seen what's gone before. You have to set the tone, bro.
No, I'm not talking about that. Oh my God!
I know. I made that. I know. Listen, let's move on.
I said, fucking suspend him and get rid of him in January. I was here talking to
right.
In
Forget
May,
it.
in June, in July.
Right.
I was saying they want to get rid of Sancho. Sancho should be gone.
Right. Okay.
When we
I'm
watched
done.
the pre-season game, what did I say, Jarvis? I said, how is he going to play as everybody was getting excited. Oh, Sancho looks
Right. I've
good.
got one. I've got
Number 9.
last question.
We said
for
it
you
on
now.
here. United are looking for a striker. So where's he
Boys,
going to play?
What's going to be the bigger humiliation, Jadon Sancho or Sunday?
Oh,
Listen,
fuck you now. Sunday.
Listen, no. Sunday's not, because we lose a game. That's football. Anybody can lose a game. The point that I want to make, let me just get back to this guy. Right? Because again, somebody who needs to go, LB, you need to go and wax your ears, because go and check out the Athletic article. It's the club who are briefing against him. It's not what they see over there. It's the club that's briefing against it. And by the way, journalists are only allowed in Carrington to see what they want, what they're allowed to see. Jarvis will tell you this. They all get kicked out. They only ever come on a Thursday or a Friday to do the press conference, or the Tuesday before the home Champions League game. Manchester United set specific dates, right? Let me educate you, LP. They set specific dates where the certain public, a lot of journalists can come and watch the training. But the journalists are not at the training ground every day. So get that out of your head. That's totally wrong. The club officials are briefing the Athletic, Laurie Whitwell. Go and look it up. Read the article before you talk about it. Journalists are not doing what they've seen. No, they're specifically told this is what he's doing. And my only question is, why are you talking about his mental health last season? And why are you doing this to a footballer? Because that is, I'm sorry, but to a foot, that's humiliation. Getting changed
Are you looking to set a new podcast record there with 2 hours, 20 minutes?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But listen, it's the conversation needs to be had. It needs to be had. It needs to be had. But anyway,
it's a good one.
Yeah. But anyway, about the takeover, looks like majority of the fan base. I genuinely think that, just like it is on the stadium, there's a minority that want the Glazers out really badly. So it looks like that now everybody's accepting Jim. So we'll see. And somebody said to me the other day, oh, because of Bobby Charlton, the club were mourning as fans. I understand that we're mourning the loss. Yeah, I understand that. So that's why nobody's doing anything about the Glazers. So we'll see next week then. We'll see. We'll see next week what they do. But big up to everybody. Love and light. It's okay to disagree. It's all about opinions here. And there's the article. Jarvis has put it in the chat for you. Go and read it, LP.
Yeah.
Al, go and read it. Club is briefing. And you know what, Jarvis? So many absolute muppets on Twitter come at me saying, no, it's Jadon Sancho briefing. Like they don't know. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. No, Jadon Sancho does not know anybody at Athletic. The Manchester United Football Club officials are briefing against him to further humiliate him. And my only question is, why are you doing that when you bang on about mental health? And you told me the kid's got mental health. That's it. I said suspend him, then get rid. Simple. Suspend, get rid.
Yep.
But love and light, people. Big up. It's a really good one. Our hearts and minds go out to anybody suffering in this world, and especially to the people in Gaza. We send them love. Big up to them. Love and light to them. And anybody who stands on the right side of history in terms of what's the genocide that's taking place. So big up. For me, what the score's going to be, I think Manchester United are going to lose. I don't see Manchester United fluking the win unless City are shit. The only thing that can give us hope is City to have a bad day, and for us to have not to make mistakes, not to give goals like we usually give goals away. That's the only thing maybe we can get a draw, but I don't see it. I would not have picked Bruno on Rashford. I would not play through Bruno and Rashford, but properly click this up. They'll probably get the winner. Both of them will probably combine for the winner. Happy to clip it up. I'm hoping I'm wrong about that, but I would not start those two. Honestly, I would start Amrabat, Hannibal, and I would play 5 at the back, and I would pray, living on a prayer.
What do you call Postman Pat without a job?
Don't know.
Pat.
There you go.
I nearly fell off my chair when I heard that. You know?
Oh,
But
brilliant.
man, you just stop, man.
I think we need to. I think on that note, people, we need to just leave it. Leave it. I think that was. I think that summed up the night. I think that was
Big up,
worse than
man.
any other heated debate that we had. Honestly, that was the worst joke in history.
It's a highlight of the show, man.
Listen,
Clip that.
for those of you who do not live in the UK, Postman Pat is a cartoon about postman who brings, and it was a cartoon in the UK. I don't know if they have it in Norway. I don't know if they
Yeah,
have
we
it
had
in
it
South
in
Africa.
Norway. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if they have it in South Africa. Let's
Bob
say,
the
but,
Builder and Fireman
We
Sam.
have it in
yeah, Fireman
South
Sam.
Africa.
Yeah. So
We
there
do
you go.
have it. We do have
Okay,
it.
so there you go. It's global.
Yeah, man.
The
Global.
shit be global. So yeah, it's one of the worst jokes in the history of jokes. So big up to Bombay.
That was so bad, bro. I died when I heard that. You know.
Exactly. There you go, Stephanie. Stephanie's got you a gig at the Apollo. The Apollos were the big comedy shows, by the way, in the UK, people. So yeah, big up to Bombay. But big up to everybody. I just want to say, Eski and Bombay, you never see them on social media. You'll hear them killing me on here, no problem. Tune in weekly.
Other
But you
way
never
around.
see them on social. You never see them on the socials. The socials are not ready for those two. So yeah, those two are only on here. Signed a 100-year deal. Jarvis is Bowley, BOLE77 to follow, and at Lesso Football TV on YouTube. And what's your Twitter handle, bro? Lesso?
It's Black Rain. Black Rain Essay.
Rain. Yeah, Black Rain Essay. So go and check
Twitter.
him out. And big up to
Yes.
Shakarian, Postman Pat, Bob the Builder are two of my childhood programs. There you go. There you go. Big up. He says Glazers are great businessmen making money from the market, selling, not selling. I've made quite a lot of money. Big up the lads and the Glazers. There you go. Vindaloo, right? Well, I hope you have your last Vindaloo, mate. Vindaloo.
Hope
Power
your ass
Rangers.
falls out, man.
Listen, Power Rangers are Power Rangers. Yeah. People like the Power Rangers. Early in the morning. There you go. Keep liking people, but we're out, people. Take care. Love and light. We'll see you for the match reaction on Sunday.
Peace.
There goes nothing. There goes nothing. Peace.
God
Take
bless.
care.
Come on, United.